What up, boys? How's it going, pre-chat? Well, I've turned the camera on before the alerts hit and stuff. It's crazy. Oh, what up, Megabyte Deblano, 7 Breezy, Wavy Davy, Fumetsu Hito, Septic, Burb, Apuves it is, Long Shot, Night Loot, Seth, Wet Dirt Mud, Kabuki Samurai, so many more. What up, Creamy Seaman? What up, Killer Bow, Bronco, JN, Bowside, Torch Tunes, 7 the 5th. What's the person's name, man? What do you want me to do? Hey, Dominic. I'm sure Dominic has strong opinions on this certification. My guess would be that Dominic thinks this certification is absolute baloney. Hogwash, even. Also, let me know what you guys think of my hair. Ignore the beard. The beard is getting too long. I styled my hair today for the first time. I'm trying not to be a grungy man. I think that you want to look clean to be a streamer. Ludwig started doing his hair and he became the biggest streamer in the world, so. What do you think? Seems like a huge scam? Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny that I tweet like, Mizkif, don't steal my wife, and I get like 700 likes. And then I tweet, this is really interesting because this, what kind of questions are they going to ask? Like, I tweet that I believe provides value in an esports vacuum, and it's like 17 likes. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna tone down the beard. I have not. The new development map's not out. I thought. Was that today? Is it really? Interesting. Wow, and it's in normals. Maybe I will play some normals because I think I told some of you that were here yesterday. I took out the Moderna vaccine, and I have been feeling out of it. I feel out of the zone. I feel so. I don't know what the word is. I don't feel great. And so I think I was going to do, my idea was I was going to do the Stanz show and then take a break, turn off stream, and then come back for pros versus bros. But I might do a couple of breeze matches. Check out Valorant. Initial impressions. I do have cloudy head, which I'm really scared. Recording a podcast where I have to think on my feet and improv and vamp a little bit is hard when you have cloudy head. So I've just been chugging coffee. You get your second Moderna tomorrow? I heard the second one's worse. And this first one's bad, dude. I guess I should patch Valorant then. I'm assuming there's a patch. Imagine being in a country where you can get the vaccine. True. I actually shouldn't complain. It is very nice that I can get a vaccine. The 5G, I haven't noticed a difference. Also, while we're waiting here, while we're just kind of vibing, chilling with the new frogs, can everyone go watch my newest video? Because it needs more. It's getting new people to watch it, but it's not getting regulars to watch it. It feels like you guys just don't want to watch me play Mario. Oh, it's this video. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong button. Me versus Small Ant. My hand's on the stick. That video. That would be cool. For my dad, the second vaccine did almost nothing. It's pretty random person to person. Yeah, I was hoping it would be nothing for me. What's up, Bitsy? I got so much work I want to do. I have so many things I want to do. I finally put out a content schedule this week. Chaos Carson, thank you so much for the 2 months of Prime. I'm trying to grind back up to 2,500 subs. I want to clean my room. I want to remount my monitors. I want to exercise. And I'm just sitting here staring at a wall with the Moderna vaccine coursing through my veins. What up, Ethan? What up, Aurora? Thank you, Jane Ant. I think you liked the video. Moderna do hit different. I wish I got Johnson & Johnson, even though it's less effective. I don't want to go back and do this again. Very, very frustrating. Did you hear about the Rocket League disconnect controversy? I'm sorry. Do you mean this Rocket League disconnect controversy? Wait, it's in the... Oh, no, it's not in the title. I lied. I just said refs suck. Yeah, I heard about it. I'm going to talk about it. I actually watched some videos about it. Shout out to Lawler. Lawler, I watched your entire video, all 20 minutes, to get some context. Was Pfizer not in my area? No, the only option I had was Moderna. Lawler 6, super nice guy. Every interaction I've had with him has been fantastic. Thank you, Bonds. I appreciate that. I'm feeling terrible. I feel like shit. I feel like wet dirt, aka mud. A room cleaning stream would be best. Please do it. I was actually thinking about that because I don't want to point the camera. My closet is disgusting. We moved in here, what, 7 months ago? And I just have boxes in my closet and I don't know what's in them. I don't know what's in them. I have a whole nother desk in my closet just sitting there. I have like a 2080 just sitting in my closet wrapped in a towel. I gotta clean my closet. Maybe I'll do it one of these days. Hey, Stanz, the reason you aren't feeling well is because of the estrogen coursing through your veins. Your government-mandated cat ears and maid outfit will arrive through the mail in 3 to 5 business days. That'll be good. That'll be good. You're on a train? That's cool. With Wi-Fi? I actually don't know what it is. It is a graphics card. It's probably not a 2080. I think 2080 is in Rochelle's computer that she uses once a month to play It Takes Two. John Pham, thank you for the tier 1. Are you going to apply to get your diploma in gaming? I was thinking about doing the practice test or something, but I truly am vaccine fucked. I am so tired. I'm not seeing the Matrix yet. I need the second shot. Once you get the second shot, you see the Matrix. From what I've seen from family and close friends, either the first dose messes with you or the second dose. Hardly ever both. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Oh, do you actually buy? Is it like a PDF or what? Is it login credentials? I saw people copying some questions. Trains are cool and good, and America just throws them to the curb. Trains are cool and good. I think they're like very efficient in terms of energy, right? And freight. So much better for people to pay $400 for esports certificate versus $80,000 per year for esports degree from a college. Oh yeah. Oh, I completely agree with that. But I think it's actually better for neither. Especially if these questions that I've seen from the esports, I'll talk about it during the show. Don't try and bait me, you sons of bitches. I have lived in 2 areas with absolutely god-awful public transit. Well, 3. Yuma, Arizona, where it gets 120 degrees and you just can't take any public transit. We had a bus system called the YCAT, but it was sponsored. What you guys are going to learn about small local governments, and I guess all the way up to national governments and international stuff, is that money makes the world go round. And I learned that with my political science degree. The YCAT, which is the Yuma County Area Transit where I'm from, was fully funded by generous donations from the casino, which means that you could take a bus in the city, but there was only like 2 lines. There was 15 lines in the city that all went to the casino, and they were free. Come on, man. No, they didn't sponsor it in terms of like putting ads on it. There was no ads. They donated money to the city so that there would be bus lines to the casino. And so the bus to the casino was free. And it was so, I don't know how they managed to do this, but it felt like a bus went to the casino every 5 minutes, but buses left the casino every hour. And so you're like, well, I guess I'll just play a couple rounds, you know? Lukey Bazooki, thank you for the tier 1. What is up, Stanzy? It's been a while since I've tuned in the stream. Glad to have you back, man. We need all we can get to fight the good fight. Thoughts on TikTok rebranding? Is that real? Or are you... Oh, you're so stupid. It's the stupid Mr. Krabs thing you posted in Discord. Thank you, Twade. I appreciate that. I'll take all the compliments I can get. Is Bros vs. Pros today? Yeah, but it's this evening. It's like at 6, so you've got about 5 hours until Bros vs. Pros. I'm going to record the podcast and then either take some of the esports certification practice test questions or play the new map in Valorant, and then I'm going to actually go offline, take a nap maybe, and then come back for Bros vs. Pros. Check DMs. You got it, man. Oh. 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 Okay. Tips for studying. Oh, this isn't a practice test. It's just a tip. Oh, wow. The basics of esports sales. This is kind of cool. Someone basically did a... I actually think this is a really cool study guide. I feel like you could learn a lot. I feel like you don't need... Oh my god, this thing is 100... This is a book. Wow, they actually created something good for the industry. And people aren't even giving them any credit. Oh, practice test is page 133. Ruse, thank you for the 11 months of tier 1. Damn, 133 is the practice test starts. Okay, okay. Here we go, practice test. A normally distributed data set has a mean and standard deviation. Jesus Christ. Standard deviation of 11.5 and 2.0 respectively. What value is exactly 2 standard deviations less than the mean?
Chat, I don't know if you know this. I got a political science degree, which meant I had to take multiple statistics classes. I took 2 college-level statistics classes, and I passed them. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't even remember what mean is average, standard deviation. All I remember is a bell curve, standard distribution. I don't remember shit. I could not pass this test. And I took the SAT on stream and did pretty well for drinking a beer while doing it. I would say, at least. Can I leak a DM? I won't leak a DM. Can I leak the contents of a DM that I received recently, chat? Can I do that for you? One of my favorite content creators messaged me and said, yo, I think the Stanz show is sick. I think it's going to pass your main. Imagine? Imagine? It wasn't Ludwig. It wasn't Ludwig. I would just say Ludwig told me I'm smart and handsome. How cool is that? No, it wasn't H-Rock or Ludwig. It was someone... I wish it was Hassan, dude. I'd do anything. SAT was supposed to be a test that you couldn't study for. I didn't study for it. It wasn't Miskip either. Miskip's never watched the Stanz show in his life. I was actually talking to QuickDome a little bit. So we got my 2 biggest clips of all time were just LSF clips of me talking on the Stanz show. So it was me talking about Ludwig being a good content creator and acquiring users from other people that he collabs with, and it popped off on LSF. The second one was me talking about Overwatch porn, popped off on LSF. And so I was supposed to make the script today and think about something that would pop off. What word can I say that would get something, or like what could I do in these 3 stories? Let's talk about our stories really quick. It's the Esports Certification Institute, FaZe Clan, and referees that would really make it go sicko mode. Esports GM takes a certification test. Oh. A controversial hot tub meta take. When they see the slot tub, they're going to realize that they are behind on the metagame, baby. Refer to referees as fascists. Oh, that's a little too much, maybe. That's a little too far. Has to be about FaZe? I actually don't think LSF cares about FaZe. FaZe making a hot tub team. That would actually be so funny. As like a The Onion style newsletter. FaZe signs new team, a hot tub team, you know? And it's just like Amaranth, the new girl, Indie Fox. You know, and then like the subtext or like the article was like, are they going to be able to work together? They've been enemies and rivals for so long, but now FaZe is putting them on the same team. And it's like a really stone-faced take on what a hot tub stream would be. Cutie, who has said she hates hot tub streams. That'd be so funny. A couple of VTubers. Yeah, you put in Katsune Miku. Close? Was I close? Also, am I getting whiter? Every day I turn my fucking light down, and every day I feel like I'm more washed out. What is wrong with my colors? What happened? It's my big forehead ever since I cut my hair. I literally spent a weekend on a yacht, dude. What is happening here? Indie Fox is a wild one. Burb. I am sickly today. I'm very sickly today. Is your light high CRI? Is this a dragon thing? I don't know what CRI means. I have the Elgato ring light, and it's worked for a year perfectly, but ever since my forehead showed up, I feel like my camera is auto-correcting to the shade of my forehead. I need to tan my forehead. Because watch, if I do this, I think it looks good. Color rendering index? I don't know what that means. I do have a, I have a LUT on, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. Look at this is off. It's even a little more white. This is on. Ooh, movie grading. Off, on, off, on. Color correction. Oh, washed out. Yucky. Sharpen. Disgusting. Chroma key. Don't love that. Is that a real tweet by IndieFox? I believe so, yeah. IndieFox had a bunch of messages to hot tub streamers years ago. The headline for the hot tub team is, will the tub stay hot enough? Out of the hot seat and into the tub. I don't know. There's something there. There's something there. It is. I think softcore pornography is so funny. Is this the LSF clip? I think starting any sentence like that. It's so funny because it's so... I saw a clip on LSF last week that was, the more Twitch allows on the platform, the farther that these creators will have to go to push the envelope. And I don't know how far you can go to get little Timmy, the 11-year-old, still creaming his fucking shorts. It's crazy. I'm looking at this big hot dog coming out. It's very phallic, which I don't know, maybe is doing something for me. It's just so funny. What are they gonna do next, man? You're gonna have to get so crazy. I think eventually we're gonna have like people stepping on people's faces. I truly don't know. I truly don't know. Softcore porn is fascinating. Oh, I'm a bad boy. Soccer kid, thank you for the prime. It's just so different. It's so different. I remember when I was younger, I used to, oh God, embarrassing story time. People like story time, right? I'll keep this up so that people understand what I'm talking about. I think I would be, as a 10 to 13-year-old, 9 to 13-year-old, I don't know, when do people coom? I would be watching these streams if I was younger. It would catch my interest. I would understand it. I would be watching Ninja play Fortnite, and then I would see on the front page something like this, and I would watch it, and I would coom. Because I remember being on MySpace when I first got internet, and using the search for friends filters, and searching for like bi/questioning filter, and then looking at all like the cam girls, like the goth girls, constantly when I was younger. All day, dude. That's what I did. And so I think I would be a hot tub stream watcher at a different age. That's just how it goes. I knew the secrets. I figured it out early. I don't know how I figured it out, but I found out that if you click that, almost all the profile pictures were very hot. I was consumed when I was younger. Why don't I go on MySpace anymore? If I sub, I get on the hot dog? No, I'm not. I do need clip frogs. I need lots of things. I'm behind in the Twitch metagame. I do think that could be a clip, though. The Elgato ring light has OS RAM LEDs with CRI greater than 94%. Not perfect, but fairly good. Maybe turn down the color temp and make sure the camera is set to the same. Yeah, I think it's a camera issue, for sure. When I was on Twitch at 13, I watched Captain Sparkles play Minecraft, not booba streamers. Well, you were better than me. Or maybe they didn't have them at the time, you know? Quack is in the hot tub. Look at him in the background. He's doing that face. The Biden biting his lip. Dad ass face. Oh, I am so tired, boys. Oh, this vaccine. Oh, this vaccine. We'll get there. You should buy an Xbox to rest with? What does that mean? Part 1 or part 2? Part 1. I'm still on part 1. I'm on part 1. Ah. Quack's our guy on the inside. He's our investigative journalist. He's getting to the bottom of this hot tub meta. I do want to do the slot tub. I think the slot tub is so funny. Did I get bruised? I don't think so. My arm is very sore, but I didn't see a bruise. I must have an inferior immune system. Or maybe it's really good and it's fighting off this vaccine, you know? Will this affect your race later? Yeah, I'm going to be terrible. If you think I'm going to do anything in this Super Mario Odyssey race, I practiced so hard. And I'm going to be terrible because I'm so tired. Oh. I think Slot Tub would crush LSF, which is why I want to do it. I don't even know any gambling streams. I could just fill up my tub, move my camera in there, and then put a bunch of bubbles in there, and then gamble. I could do America's Card Room. Although it's not slots. Are there slots in America's Card? What is the easiest way to gamble slots? Penny slots only, of course. Smollett just did a 20-hour stream. Yeah, I watched him. They were doing a video editing race. That was very cool. Like a content race. Yeah, but did he get the Moderna? Is he a Moderna man? I don't know. Stanz, what do you think about streamers being sponsored to gamble on stream? I mean, I think it absolutely needs to be disclosed, right? I got a email for someone who wanted to sponsor me for sports and esports gambling. Have you guys ever heard of Thrive Fantasy? I guess this is a free ad for them. Unless they're cringe, then we can call them out right now. They emailed me. We're like, hey, it was the most templated email. We like your content. We think your content would be a good fit for us. Would you like to talk to us about your content? Yeah, it sounds cringe. I ignored it. But you guys were talking about gambling, so I figured it would be, something to bring up for the people. Play the Pokemon Yellow slots. That's actually pretty funny. I think Cutie already subverted the hot tub stream enough. I think you'd have to go you'd have to really do it. It's actual hot tub, actual slots is what makes it funny. I have not started recording the show. You'll know I'm recording the show when the sound is off and there's a little picture above my head that looks something like that. Stanz, I know you already stated your formal opinion for the hot tub meta, but on a personal level, if you had a button that would end the hot tub meta, would you press it? I'm a bad boy. Yes. So my opinion has evolved. My opinion is now, and I think I talked about this. Ajadis, thank you so much for the Prime for 3 months. My opinion is now, I have no interest in male streamers having any opinion on hot tub streams because it affects us so little. The fact that hot tub streams are around, the only difference in my life is it has given me more content. It has no effect on me whatsoever. So let's let the women streamers, both hot tub and not hot tub, hash it out and figure it out. That's my new opinion. I don't care. Do I think there's anything morally wrong with hot tub streamers? No. Do I think they're following the rules? Yes. Do I think they should be on the platform? Well, a lot of people's lives would be easier if they weren't. Right? I'm fine. I'm pro-choice, but also I think that if women want to decide as a group, that's fine too. Because I'm never going to, even though I'm pro-choice, I could never have, I cannot have an abortion. You know what I mean? It's just, it has so little to do with me. Almost nothing, in fact. So I don't know if you care, but have you seen the new sub 10-minute Minecraft world record? I haven't. That sounds hype, though. It must have been a 6 seed. How'd you spin this to abortion? It's not a spin. Those are two things that I believe that I am not qualified to make a decision for other people on, right? I think it would be completely unfair to certain groups if I was the person making that decision. That's like crazy. It doesn't affect me in the slightest. It has nothing to do with me. Hey, Kuiper BK. And so, why would I be the person that makes that call? I feel like the same rules apply. My logic and reasoning is infallible. What makes people think that if hot tub streamers didn't stream, those Coomers would go to their shitty 240p gaming stream? Yeah, they wouldn't. That's why I'm saying that it has nothing to do with me. What it affects is that if there are a multitude of hot tub streamers on the platform, if there are a lot of people here, I'll pull up the image again for the people. For Kuiper BK. Kuiper BK, for those of you who don't know, is my mom. My mom does not know about the hot tub metagame right now. Mom, Twitch.tv, this is for you. This is between me and you. There may be a couple hundred people here, 500 of them. This is between me and you. I'm going to explain an issue morally, and you give me your take. So, Twitch.tv is a platform for people to stream video games, to stream podcasts, to stream just chatting. Lately, there have been a multitude of women streaming themselves in hot tubs and taking donations. Now, people have gotten very, very mad about that, even though it breaks no rules. It looks something like this. Now, my opinion early on was they're not breaking any rules. Like, who am I to tell them what they can and can't do if this is within the rules? Totally fine. Like, let them stream in hot tubs. I recently had a conversation with one of my friends who is also a woman streamer who said, hey, while they are within the rules, it's really frustrating for me because people come to my stream and act like I am supposed to take my clothes off or treat me differently. It is bringing a new type of clientele to the website that I don't like. And so the hypothetical question to me was, would I press a button to get them off of the platform? Yeah, probably, if it would make like other streamers' life easier. But I don't think there's anything wrong with what they're doing, which is such an interesting one. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole conversation. I'd rather press a button to get rid of fucking degens who view women as objects. Yes, I talked about it on the podcast that, like, why are we blaming these streamers? My original take. Why are we blaming Amaranth and IndieFox when we can blame the people who are harassing women on the website? Let's go after the harassers. It's so simple. We get the harassers. But that's actually really hard. That's what I'm finding. And so it might just be easier to do this. And there are a lot of websites where you could probably hot tub stream and make some money. Maybe. I don't know. It's just hard because there are people really gaming out there, but it's just not the good gaming. What does that mean? That same floaty is owned by multiple of these streamers, or so I'm told. Yeah, this reminds me, IndieFox on this reminds me of LeBron James and Chris Paul on the banana boat. I think the rules should be changed. It doesn't make sense for this type of video on a streaming site. Fair and balanced. This is truly not gaming. I get it. It does look very weird. When you look at this, it's so funny that I can go to twitch.television, not Stanz because my stream is too highbrow, and I could, let's say like I'm a young lad, and I want to watch Fortnite. I'm one of my cousins who is a young kid, and I want to watch Mr. Savage play Trio Scrims. And then I stumble across just chatting. And all of a sudden, actually, I'm not seeing a lot of hot tubbers. Oh, hot tubber! Missy Pones, we got her.
Don't stay where they're supposed to stay.
This is just so fucking beyond the pale. It's so weird. Yeah, but if they don't break the current rules, that's the thing. See, chat, I knew I would get her on this one because much like me, my mom is a bleeding heart liberal. And she loves freedom of expression. She loves letting people do what they want with their body. She loves helping women. And so it's tough. It's very tough. She does have the Fortnite llama, so it's perfect. We went from Fortnite to Fortnite. How do they get rid of the water? That's such an interesting question.
No, I don't play WoW anymore. Shadowlands felt like...
How do you get rid of the... Oh, follower only. How do you get rid of... What is happening? I'm getting hacked by Twitch. Hello? How do you get rid of the water when you are done? I wish I wasn't. Can I turn off my identity? Use a custom badge for this channel. I don't want to be looking like a partner.
I mean, yesterday I worked on Patreon stuff till like 1 a.m. And today after I worked and I was at Granny
Oh, I can't ask for 10 minutes.
Patreon for like 4 hours and then I got online to stream.
Okay, I have to wait 9 minutes. Yeah, I'm not asking her to send me gamer girl bathwater. I'm actually curious. It's a very interesting question because it's in the middle of a living room. Do you like drain it with a bucket? It does seem like a bad idea, but I do want to know. So let's just go. We'll go back later. We'll go back later. No, you don't drink it, you psychopath. They carry it outside? What do you mean? The whole hot tub? Do you know how heavy water is? It's very heavy. It's unbelievably heavy. I think it's got a pump connected to it. That connects to what? Yeah, she's got some friends. I think you are underestimating the weight of a hot tub filled with water.
Also, isn't the pump just a heater that cycles water within it? It is not plugged into like your water main. I think they had to scoop it out until it's light enough to carry. I have not talked about... No, FaZe Valorant I talked about a couple podcasts ago when they beat Gen G, I think. She uses a bucket and moves it scoop by scoop. That was my thinking. A shop vac could work. A separate pump? You think she's buying a separate pump? Someone commented, "You look tired. Are you okay?" He's gonna cultivate a relationship. I unfollowed to prove it. I unfollowed. We'll get out of here. He's gonna cultivate a relationship with her. Sweep her off her feet. Women love. Here's my tip of the day. Women love being told they look tired. Chat. You should. That's how you start every conversation with a woman. Ask Rochelle. That's how I swept her off her feet. You look tired today. What a crazy thing to say to her. Right off rip. You look tired. Oh, chatters. They've all read The Pickup Artist. I heard the best opening line is "You look prettier when you smile." Yeah, totally. I do look tired today. It's the Moderna. I'm exhausted. I am falling asleep sitting here. Oh. But I will do a good podcast. No, first Moderna. Of course. What's up?
You start the show yet?
I have not started the show yet.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to come say hi to chat.
Come say hi to chat.
Hi, chat. Long time no see.
How are you feeling? You look like you're feeling chipper.
I'm feeling great.
Oh my God, I feel so awful. You left the Band-Aid?
Yeah, dude.
The longer you keep it on, the more...
babe.
the
Moderna
more...
gang.
Yeah, Moderna gang. Yeah,
Let's go.
Hey, gang, dude. I don't know. You're taking it great. I'm taking it awful.
I mean, I can't really lift my arm. Like, that's as high as I can go. But outside of that, I feel great.
That's good.
Skides, I swear to God, you want me to come through that fucking computer and kill you.
Did he say you look tired today?
Yes,
yeah,
he
that's
fucking
so
did.
funny. That's
No,
very
it's
funny.
not.
Someone VIP that man.
No fucking VIPs. I'm the only VIP.
No Together Tuesday tonight because I'm doing pros versus bros. We're gonna try and do tomorrow if I'm not dead.
Yeah, you shouldn't be by tomorrow.
I shouldn't be.
You should be fine.
Yeah, I shouldn't be.
Aw, thanks, guys. Yeah, no, I'm down for Wednesday. Wife Wednesday.
Wednesday, of course.
We're bringing it back to the original.
Yeah.
Fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, the problem is it's right after therapy. You know, it's like...
Yeah, it's always hard because it's like I have therapy on Wednesdays, and so it's like if it's a hard therapy day, it's like...
You're like holding the controller crying.
I don't cry every therapy session, but lately I have.
Yeah, it happens. You can cry as much as you want.
Crying is good.
Crying is good.
Wife fucking Wednesday. That's right, Must Find Nemo. It is Wife fucking Wednesday on Wednesday.
It's where I hit all the bars.
No, that was crazy though when you were doing the just chatting and just fucking homegirls like riding this fucking
the llama.
floaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild shit. That is
it?
some wild shit. And then you got this girl on a hot dog.
Yeah, Indy Fox. She's the she is the usurper.
I know we hate
So
her.
Amaranth is the queen, and
Yeah.
Indy Fox is coming after the throne, but it seems like Indy Fox missed and is now being shunned.
What I don't understand,
What don't you understand?
and this may come off as women hating, so don't hate me.
You historically have said a lot of anti-women things on the stream.
That's not
It
true.
is actually
That's
crazy
not
how
true.
often you've come in and said things that are very negative towards women.
No, because it's just true. It's just true questions. It's just things I think about.
Mm-hmm.
So like Amaranth talks like a normal person, right? She's got like a normal person voice. She's a girl. She's cute. Whatever, right?
Stop showing it on my site. This is news.
This is news, Mom.
It's
sorry,
news.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
This is
Welcome
what
to the
kids
news.
Watch, man.
This is the hottest button topic.
Bongo Man, I never would have said that. No, but what I was gonna say is I tuned in because I want to know what the culture is.
Yeah,
right?
you're
I wanna-
learning. You're doing research like any journalist would do.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I jump onto Annie Fox's stream,
Uh-huh.
and her voice is like so high pitched.
I've never heard her voice actually.
Okay, yeah. So it almost sounds like anime girls. And I realized, I was thinking about this, I feel like men like girls that have these really high-pitched, almost childlike...
Oh, she's playing guitar. She's not only a hot
voices.
tub streamer. She's talented.
Sure. But anyway, you're messing up my bit.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm just saying, like, I think that's a fucking thing, right? Like, I've never met a girl in anime that has, well, I guess Airbender is fine, but I would say like most of the
you're gonna start an
girls,
argument because they're gonna say that Avatar: The Last Airbender is an anime, and then there's some people who are gonna say it is
well,
anime.
let's ignore that.
Yeah,
Let's
but you've
ignore
already
that.
lost them.
Shh, I don't know what that is about. But you guys know what I'm saying? I saw Bitsy somewhere in there. But like, that's just a really interesting thing. Like, I didn't realize, like, first of all, why would men want a woman around them that's like, like all day, every day? That sounds like a fucking headache. One.
It's funny.
Two, it's just
can
not
we put a pin in
realistic.
it? That's how I am, chat.
Yeah.
I'm tee-heeing all day through the house. Rochelle hates it.
It's just crazy. Don't attack me. Watch. Okay, listen to her voice. Here, I wanna listen to your reaction.
Take the right side.
So like my question is she doing it on purpose or is that just how she sounds?
I mean, it could be a cultural accent, which is.
That's what I
Are
think.
you there? Need more hype? Oh, okay. Chat doesn't get to be untrapped unless you guys hype a little.
I mean, it sounds like a
Do you
Valley.
hear that?
Yeah, that's just it's the Kardashian. It's the Valley girl. It's the vocal fry. There's nothing weird about
It's
that.
even higher though than like a
You guys have
Kardashian.
to emote harder, else my mod doesn't release you guys.
That is not higher. That sounds like a very normal voice.
That doesn't sound normal to me. I don't know.
What a cute dog, dude.
I know.
If I have to go, I'll leave. Chat can be alone.
Where's he going?
My spot, huh?
She-
Oh wow, he wanted
took
the
her
warm
spot.
spot.
I love it, dude.
Dude, he wanted the booty spot.
All right, fine. Maybe I guess I'm just hating on
You just hate women.
I don't hate women. I love women. I am a woman. Women power all day, every day. I'm just saying I have noticed.
You're like a Margaret Thatcher type of woman.
No, I'm fucking not.
Who
Fuck
like
Margaret
hates
Thatcher.
other women.
No,
you know?
no. I absolutely do not know
A
or say
bit
that.
of a Thatcher type.
I'm just saying in general, I have noticed in gaming women, they're not, and a lot of them aren't gaming, right? They're just sitting here
Sure.
chatting.
Yeah,
in
but Twitch
hot
is for
tubs.
everyone now. It's not just
I
gaming.
understand. But I'm saying I've realized that women in this culture are either like goth girl, everybody wants a fucking goth girl, which is also interesting to me, or this other completely antithesis of a goth girl, which is this like high-pitched, childlike anime type woman, and it's just fucking wild.
Damn, it feels
I don't get it.
good.
Thank you,
Balls
Ball.
to you. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Well, I think that like everyone finds themselves in cultural niches, right? Like me, Ludwig, and Atrock are all very similar. It's like white guys who do variety streaming and talk the same way and make the same jokes.
And are educated and went to Arizona State University.
Yeah, but I'm saying like what's wrong with like women finding groups that look and sound like them? Right?
There's nothing wrong. First of all, you like to try to twist your word.
I'm
by
not
words.
twisting.
I'm not saying by making awareness about something, I'm not saying that it's inherently bad.
Oh.
I'm just saying it's something that I have noticed,
Yeah.
and I think it's very interesting because as a woman, I feel like most of the women on Twitch are not representative of the majority of women IRL.
Interesting.
And I just think, I'm scared that it's creating a culture for young men that are attracted to women, or women that are attracted to women that are young, where it's like, this is how you're supposed to be attractive in this community. And I feel like that's a little shitty because not everybody fits into one of those two categories. I'm not a goth girl. I'm not an anime high-pitched voice, cat ear wearing, bikini tits out. Like, that's just not who I am.
Isn't that like the same argument about pornography between like original feminists and like second wave feminists of like the original ones are like, no, like women shouldn't be objectified and it increases like sexual violence if there's more prostitutes and pornography. And then the new wave feminists who are saying like women should be free with their body to do what they want. And they both want what's best, but they're like these two individual groups.
I also think you have to look at the timing of the era as well, though. When those arguments were being drafted and created, there was a lot of violence against women in pornography. I would say that there's probably less violence against women in pornography now based on all the shit that came out of what people were saying. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying it's an interesting thing to look at.
It is an interesting thing to look
and to
at.
study, because I do think that culture does change the perception and the opinions of people, right? Like, I don't know. I support OnlyFans. I'm an OnlyFans person. Like, I think it's great. I think if women want to share their bodies in a natural way, they absolutely should be able to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, am I gonna watch porn where women are, getting beaten? No, absolutely not. Probably shouldn't be on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fair, yeah.
I do support my husband only Stanz.
Yeah.
Hot tub streamers are not as bad as people like Rice Gum who call baddies on stream.
Oh, Rice Gum's a piece of shit.
What
yeah.
does that mean?
Rice Gum is a terrible consequence. Let's not even talk about Rice Gum. Let's not even.
to talk shit about women.
And
I'm
he
gonna beat his ass up.
calls them and like dates them on stream.
Ew, I hate that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, to be fair, Cutie and Ludwig had a date on stream, but it was very cute and fun.
Okay, but also
The
they're
anti-rice
dating.
gum. Well, this was before they were dating. This is when they met.
Oh, that's wild.
They met because Cutie harassed him on stream.
I know, that's what she said.
Yeah, it's so funny.
She told us, she was like,
Cutie was the rice gum before rice gum. Clip that.
Yeah, she just said I thought he was cute, and I just went after him, and it worked, man. Now they're together, and they're cute as shit, IRL. I'll say it. Rochelle needs to become more of a soy boy. I am a soy boy. I am the definition of a
She's
soy
got
boy.
fracking girl power. I feel you. She's got Hillary Clinton girl power.
What is
and not...
fracking girl power? What does that mean?
The joke is that like women should be able to frack too, where it's like, yes, women should be equal to men, but instead of women being able to like abuse environments and other decisions, we should actually just stop men from doing it.
Thank you,
know what I
Ballas
mean?
Wizard.
Yeah, oil girl boss. You know what I mean?
I don't get it. I'm not smart enough, I don't think. For that.
Yeah.
Women should be able to commit war crimes.
Yeah,
also?
it's the same joke, right?
I don't get it though.
The joke is that like right now, like men are out there committing war crimes, and to get equality, a certain group of people, they don't actually think this, but the hyperbole is that women should be able to commit war crimes too. Like Hillary Clinton should be president, so she can also invade Iraq like the men do, and then men and women will be equal.
Well, duh.
You're a fracker. There you go. No, we should just not commit war crimes.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, I don't get what this is. I don't get what the bit
duh.
is. I don't
Girl
get
boss.
It. No.
That's the funniest thing that's ever happened on the stream.
Okay.
Holy
Hold
moly.
on.
Well,
First of all, don't clip it and ship it.
clip that. I need
Second
it.
of
Even if
all,
we don't put it on the internet, I need
I
that
am not
clip.
fucking Margaret Thatcher. I am AOC through and through. I didn't understand that that's what you were saying. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
we should just stop all violence. It's not
Sure,
necessary.
yeah.
If the argument is men against violence or women against violence, it's like, yeah, just fucking all violence should stop. All rapists should stop. All incels should stop.
Totally.
Just all of the above. And it is interesting. I'm seeing a lot of girl bosses in the chat, and I can't tell if that's a joke.
It's sarcastic.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Because so people will say, like, even my friends will be like, hashtag girl boss, and I'm like, no, hashtag boss. Like,
interesting.
We are just a boss.
We had that conversation the other day because I saw a LinkedIn thread that was like, I'm not a woman founder, I'm a founder.
Yeah.
And but when you relate it in industries where there's predominantly men, representation matters. And so I've seen this in esports over years and years and years and years. So it's important to label an all women's team and promote them so that younger people see that and think that this is a viable career path for me, which is also why I like when it is known that a CEO at a company or a founder is a woman founder, because I want other women to know. So when women are out there saying, don't call me a woman founder, call me a founder, while I understand what they're doing, it feels like they are pandering to men and not actually helping like pull the women up behind them. It's like the girls who are like, I'm not like the other girls in high school. I watch anime. You know, I'm just a founder. When it's like, everyone can be unique and, you know, just like, why would...
Well, no, I don't entirely agree with that argument because I am one of those people that specifically look to buy things from women-owned businesses, black-owned businesses.
Well, then you would need them to say it.
I do look for those labels, but what I'm saying is when I'm having, you know, like, if I'm being described by someone, especially somebody who's not a woman, and they say, "Oh, you're a girl boss," it's like, I'm just a boss, or I'm just a founder, or I just started a business. Like I don't, especially when it's coming from men. I don't want to be labeled as a girl anything. It's like, no, bitch, I'm in the same sea with you. I am a founder, and it's not because I'm trying to live in the same society that they are. I'm just looking for equal treatment. Like I'm not expecting to be, you know. I understand what you're saying. There are some differences, obviously, where you need to be treated based on gender in certain areas. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, I just want to be if I want to be a founder, I should be able to be a founder.
Oh, totally.
My website can say women owned, but when I'm having a conversation or an interview, I don't want the interviewer to be like, so, you know, you're a girl boss, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, fucker. I am a boss. I am a founder. I am a blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You can still
Totally
have
fair.
those labels.
Yeah, I think everyone should be able to choose how they label themselves.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's in gender or orientation.
Or no labels.
Yeah, or no
because
labels, which is
everything's
also a
fucking
label.
spectrum.
Yeah,
Literally everything.
That's what I'm saying. So you should be able to choose that.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I do think that when
no.
the LinkedIn post,
Deblano.
yeah, well, duh, yeah.
Oh,
The
no.
LinkedIn post, which was advocating for more people getting rid of that label, whereas I think the label can be helpful, and I think a lot of people really like the label.
Yeah, I specifically look for the labels. I do. I buy, like we talked about, like all the makeup products I try to buy, cruelty-free, hashtag vegan. Like I look for, so labels are helpful.
Should women be able to commit war crimes? Well,
Yes.
duh. That's so fucking funny.
Well, I understand the context now. I didn't get.
Yeah,
you
you
didn't
get
fill
it now.
me
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the context.
I was trying to explain.
I was trying to say
girl
that
boss energy.
I was just trying. Don't say that. I was trying to say.
No, because that is like the meme. The Margaret Thatcher, Hillary Clinton fracking war crimes is kind of like this subset. It's a joke about these women who a lot of people feel like are going about it the wrong way, and their heart's probably in the right place.
At the end of the day, women should be able to do anything that men can do.
Like commit war crimes.
Not like commit war crimes. But at the end
like
of the day,
defraud investors, am I right?
like being a president
Totally.
and stopping nuclear war.
Of course.
Or being a president and, making education free for all. Making healthcare free for all.
Yeah, soliciting bribes from companies.
Making marijuana not a federal prison sentence.
Totally.
There are things that we can do.
Yeah, we can all underpay our workers, whether we're men or women.
No. I quit. You're gonna get me to say something like, well, duh, again. And
No, I'm just joking around with chat. I'm just having fun.
I'm gonna be messy. But anyway, I just want to say hi to chat.
Yeah.
Because I know
This is
you have
good
to-
conversation.
You gotta start the stand show. I don't want you to be in the
You
stand
do got to start the stand show.
show. All right.
This will probably be a YouTube video
a
on the
great
stand
one.
show, talking about women in Twitch and
Yeah.
government
And a real woman
and
next
war
to
crimes. Yeah.
you talking about that.
Hey, all women are real women.
I love that.
That's
babe.
what I say.
I love that, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of you, babe.
Yep.
Keep crushing it, babe.
Yes, sir.
AOC is very proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of you. All right, bye.
Good talk, chat. Good talk. It's time the murder gap gets eliminated. Yeah, men do commit a lot of the murders. When are we gonna get a woman serial killer, huh? That's what I'm thinking. Damn, that was funny. I gotta watch this clip though. I do have to watch this clip. I'm sorry. Let me scroll up for a second, because I think it might be the funniest thing to ever happen in the world.
Women should be able to commit.
Hold.
Women should be able to commit war crimes.
Yeah,
also.
it's the same joke, right?
I don't get it though.
The joke is that, like, right now, like, men are out there committing war crimes, and to get equality, a certain group of people, they don't actually think this, but the hyperbole is that women should be able to commit war crimes too. Like, Hillary Clinton should be president, so she can also invade Iraq like the men do, and then men and women will be equal.
Well, duh.
Look at my neck. Oh no. Oh, I literally have a jerk reaction. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. The smile, and oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. Well, duh. 16% of caught serial killers are women. Maybe they're just better at not getting caught. Oh, so true. Then actually, let's close the gap on getting caught for crimes. More men are in prison, and so we need more women in prison. It's the same argument the other direction, right? I have never heard of Karla Homolka. Who is that? Is she a serial killer? 1/3 of homeless people are women. Let's pump those numbers up. Yeah, exactly. Those arguments, when they go the other direction, sound so silly. What is my opinion on the decriminalization of consumption and possession of illicit substances? Portugal has already done it. Yeah, I'm pretty in favor of it. A lot of the data shows that it makes healthier societies. I'm not saying that the U.S. is the exact same as Portugal. And I'm not saying that I have the data. But when I was in school, which bear in mind was, 10 years ago? A decade ago, the numbers seemed to say that decriminalization was a good thing. I mean, I don't think anyone looks at the war on drugs and is like, damn, we fucking did it. Do you think a woman forced EDP to do it? I don't know what that is. I'm a bad boy. Teach male serial killers how to run from the police better. That's what we need to do. Dinosaur, thank you for the prime. We're almost back. We're only, oh no, 31 subs away. I'm scared because I've been so tired. I haven't been farming appropriately. My lil dubs, like, I thank God Rochelle came in and farmed a lil dub or two. Do I have a goal beyond streaming? Live a happy life. Life's weird, man. I don't know. I think I'll probably hate streaming in like a year. I'll want to be a skydiver or something. Clint Stevens. Clint Stevens did it. I respect it. Teach police how to not be racist. That would be a good start. How many women are in chat right now? What's stopping you from killing tens? Dozens. Hundreds even. Okay, Rochelle, don't say if you love women sub. Jesus Christ. That's tough. That is tough. Have you seen the vid with John Oliver about gun regulation in Australia from a couple years ago? I haven't, no. I mean, maybe I have, but I don't remember it. With no Gen G, are you going to watch part of the NA Challenger 2 finals? Probably not. Youngie, thank you for the tier 1 for 5 months. I love women. So true. So true. Can we get a chat rebrand on OBS? Yeah, I want to do a chat rebrand. I want to get rid of this chat. I want to get a new chat soon. I also want to do some other things. I got a lot of work to do.
Here is Shell.
Beagle Kyle, thank you for the 100 bits. Linkst, thank you for the Raw Dog tier 1. Can Genji still make it to Iceland? No. Genji cannot make it to Iceland. Oh, I'm a bad boy. When does the Stanz show start? In about 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Soon. It'll start now. We've farmed enough. We've stalled enough.
Press 1 if you love women.
Rochelle pressing 1. Kind of suspect after all she said on the stream, chat. Kind of suspect after all she said. She's the imposter. Favorite book on the shelf behind me? Didn't someone ask me that last time? What did I say? What did I say was the answer? I like Robinson Crusoe a lot. I like Prey a lot. I like Sphere a lot. I like 11 Rings a lot, too, for a non-fiction option for some of you out there.
Only doing this because Rochelle made me feel guilty for not doing it. Hashtag men for women committing war crimes.
Thank you, Vanna White, for the 100 bits. What about least favorite book? That's so interesting. I don't know if I have it on the shelf or if I threw it away, but we talked about it yesterday on stream, or 2 days ago. Ready Player One is terrible. I'm a bad boy. Bad. It's so bad. The Wizard Melon. It's the worst book that I've read from cover to cover. Thank you so much for gifting a tier 1. The movie or book? I think both are very bad. Truly. Did you ever read Diary of a Wimpy Kid? No.
Woman moment incoming.
Thank you, Maddie, for the 100 bits. Ever read Sapiens? No. I haven't. Is that the guy who did, No, Sapiens isn't the New York Times guy. Who am I thinking of?
Damn, it feels good.
Maddie, thank you for the 2 gifted. My hair's looking great today. Thank you. You let your friend cut yours? You swear you'd be better off letting a 5-year-old do it? Yeah. If you're letting a friend who has no haircutting experience cut your hair, you basically just want to buzz it. And then just live with it. I would say. You're vibing to the Avatar music? Me too. We're about to start the Stanz show. I did a little bit of research. I always feel nervous going into the Stanz show. I think I've talked to you guys about that. Can someone I trust, like QuickDome, let me know what episode we're on? And then I'll start recording. We just finished Agni... No, we didn't. We're only halfway through Agni Kai. What folly. What hubris to think that was the end of Agni Kai. I once cut my own hair by putting it into a small ponytail and chopping it off. That is tough. See you, Bitsy. I hate this. I always miss the Stanz show. Have to go to a Zoom like now. Unfortunate. I feel like Ready Player One was kind of good, but everyone hates it because it could have been so much better. Hey, I'm not saying that you have to hate it. I was just saying I hated it. But I read it, so did I hate it that much? Yes. Minus Digital Fortress really hit you. Is that the Artemis Fowl book, Digital Fortress? I don't think I read it. I think I own it, though. How crazy is that? Because I remembered it. Dildo Darius, thank you for the Prime for 16 months. Bowside, thank you so much for the tier 1.
I'm a bad boy.
Is RL stand for Rocket League? Because I'm going to be talking about some Rocket League today. I don't have a lot of... I watched a YouTube video for context, and I'm really only using it so I can complain about something that happened to me, which is what narcissists do. But we'll get there. Oh. Episode 13. Perfect. Okay, now I
Sub
can
in the
kind of
next
done.
5 minutes or no woman will ever love you.
No, not true, Maddie. You don't have to sub. The content's free, especially the Stanz show, which I am about to record. Get ready. The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Let's turn off all the alerts. Let's go to display. Let's turn off some alerts there as well. Let's go back to this one. I'm here. I have no fear. Esports certification is shaped like a sphere. I got no rhymes today. The Moderna has knocked me off. False alarm, not missing Stanz show. No, you're here. We're literally just about to start. Don't worry. I do really need to fix the lighting in here. I'm so pasty. I'm going to go get a spray tan. How about that? What if I just came back tomorrow looking Donald Trumpian? You think there's a chance for like the Donald Trump of Twitch? You think that could take over? No? Maybe. You should get Cody Coe's lighting setup. I don't know who that is, but I see him tweet with Ludwig all the time. I don't actually know who he is. He looks cool. He looks like an old guy who managed to look young. How old is he? I would like to age like this. He's probably 30, right? I want to make sure that people don't call me a boomer like Atrioc. How old is he? Yeah, he's like 30. Exactly. I want to look this young. I get a personal trainer and shit. This is the dream. Look at this guy.
The video we're checking out today is a video called My Epic Morning Routine.
It's his epic morning routine. Well, this is what he does in the morning.
What about this video?
He's got the Ludwig hair too. Maybe I should grow the... Oh my God, look at him. He's going nuts. Also, did he record this on a potato? What's going on? Where'd it go? Is this like a really old video? He's a YouTube funny man. How do I be a YouTube funny man, dude? The most insane house tour, world's spiciest TikToks. Do we just need to do TikTok? Siblings are dating? No! He got me! He fucking boomed me! No! I let him off the hook. I took 1 week off. He's a professional React Andy. I want to be a professional React Andy. Fuck, he actually got me. He boomed me. I'm going to subscribe to Cody Coe straight up. And here's my homework. QuickDome likes when I do homework. I always say I'm going to do it. I never do it. I'm going to watch 3 Cody Coe videos. And then I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn how to be a funny man. Ah, shit. He got me. He fucking boomed me, dude. Ludwig called Cody's hair frail and Scandinavian, and you just said he has Ludwig hair. Are you? Yeah, that's insane. 2 people who are complaining, they have the same fucking hair, man. Wait, where's that video? I lost it. They literally are, they're twins. Frail and Scandinavian, they both probably use the same thickening cream. That's crazy to me. Right? His hair is different now? Oh, this is old. Oh yeah, that's a year ago. Oh, was he? Yeah, his hair now. He's getting older, right? He's got...
Guys, I am thrilled.
This guy's 30? Dang. What a homie. Also, he actually just reacts. He's just a React Andy. I'm switching this. The Stanz show will be my esports stuff. Stanz, youtube.com/Stanz is going full React Andy, dude. We lose some subs now, but then we Cody Coe in the future. That's crazy. He makes music? Oh, that's tough. I don't make any music. Besides the beatboxing from my last episode. Noel Miller, the other guy in those vids, is also a Twitch streamer and has an F1 podcast. Noel Miller, the guy from Drive to Survive? What? I keep opening up his fucking YouTube, man. He's getting me. Where's the other guy? Am I thinking of the same Noel Miller? I haven't seen him in any of these videos. This guy, this is not who I'm thinking of. Is this Noel Miller? That's Noel Miller? Oh, I'm thinking of a completely different person. This guy was on Drive to Survive. I feel like I don't recognize him at all. He and Noel Miller are the Shaq and Kobe of reacting. Interesting. I just want to be the Devin Booker of reacting. You know what I mean? I just want to be the Donovan Mitchell. Who's on the come up? The Jason Tatum, so to squeak. Oh, it's Noel? I thought it was Noel. Noel. The guy in... We've been watching Great British Bake Off, and the guy's name is Noel. Right? Isn't he? Great British Bake Off Noel. Yeah, this man's name is Noel, not Noel. So you can see why I would make the mistake. That's what I would say. Why is Rochelle adding Ludwig? Is he here? We're not talking. Your hair's good, but Cody Ko's hair is good too, man. Your hair is. You guys are complaining, and you all have good hair. It's crazy. They were big on Vine. That's the thing. That's the thing. A couple skits, huh? She's the guy from Taskmaster. You guys are always saying things. This thin and meek hair, does he? Ludwig, are you? Can you explain him to me? You want to come on Voice and explain Cody Ko to me? Because in my mind, he's just YouTube version of Ludwig, but he's older. I have no idea. I subscribe to his YouTube channel right now. Are you busy? Are you doing stuff? Are you working out or going out? Ludwig likes to go on walks in the morning, and he'll call me, and then I only hear dogs barking and trash cans. It is very annoying. Although I do like talking to him. It's very nice. Actually, it's not annoying. It's not annoying at all. I love when Ludwig talks to me in the morning.
Yo.
Tell me about Cody Ko.
You're saying that I am the Twitch version of Cody. I
don't know. I know so this is let me tell you, a complete fantasy realm, because I don't know anything about YouTube, and I see him and he kind of has like nice thick hair over the top, and he's a young guy and he's funny, and then you guys play GeoGuessr, I think. And so in my mind, you're like on parallel paths. You're like two racers. It's a Ford v Ferrari. It's a Niki Lauda versus Thor situation.
Yes, that was the movie, wasn't it? It was
well, no, those are two different movies. One is Rush and one is Ford v Ferrari.
Look, describe me in a sentence if you can.
Yeah, Ludwig is the best streamer on Twitch.tv.
So the YouTube analogy would mean that Cody is
the best YouTuber on YouTube. Is that true?
Cody is to YouTube what The Rock is.
The Rock, the most popular man in the world. The person who is the most recognized.
To American football.
To American football?
Yeah.
Squeak to that.
I live my life envious of Cody Ko every day.
Okay, I respect that. So you think that maybe NFL players who are grinding in the trenches every day and making a little bit of money look at The Rock and think, why didn't I just do what he did and become like an absolute mogul?
I'm down. I mean, that saves my analogy.
That makes perfect sense to me. No, I think that you are very smart and handsome, and now I understand it. Like, he got out, he did it the right way. Everyone is envious of him in the same way that other streamers... Actually, I don't think streamers are envious of you because you work too hard.
Cody's like Charlie...
Yeah, Charlie or Miskiff. Well, Miskiff works. Charlie,
no,
have you seen Charlie's thumbnails?
He's like Charlie, like the YouTuber, like a YouTube Charlie.
Which Charlie?
Charlie Moist Critical.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. Like that, people are envious of Moist Critical for sure. I am.
They upload React videos and they make people laugh. They're funny.
Mm-hmm.
And his big series is That's Cringe, where he watches cringe videos and reacts to it with his friend Noel.
Mm-hmm.
And talks about how what he's watching is cringe, and it's funny.
That does seem pretty easy.
He's like Charlie without the dildos.
Okay, so what if I create a segment, instead of That's Cringe, I always like to be a little edgier, a little less PC. I go, That's Racist. And I just take other YouTubers' videos, and I get them when they say something that's racist.
Is it funny?
Yes, it's very funny.
Then yeah, that works.
It's also poignant.
Yeah. That would work if it's funny. All you have to do is react to something that is not overreact. Like everyone's got their react portion. Like Charlie's react, he's got slap competitions. That's his wheelhouse. You know, Cody's got cringe stuff. PewDiePie has Dr. Phil.
I wouldn't have known that. That's crazy. He watches
Connor
Dr. Phil?
Has the American Camp of Kids.
Kid Nation.
That's the one. You know, and you can react to more than that, but you need to find the gold mine of content to react to.
You know what my gold mine was, and it actually is the largest period of growth for my YouTube channel, besides that one day you told your viewers to sub to me?
Yeah.
VJHS. VJHS fucking crushed for me.
Yeah, it's very short, though.
That's the problem. 3 seasons, 20-minute episodes, and there's no more.
You know, you could just react to anything they react to, I think. But maybe you do need a that's cringe. Maybe it's that's racist.
Yeah, I think that's racist is dangerous. I was kind of trying to go over the top and get a reaction. I was baiting you a bit, and you actually leaned in, and that scares me.
Maybe just have a series called The Worst YouTuber.
And I start with PewDiePie, dude. I come at the throat.
And you say, and you basically do a content cop. But you have never said the N-word on camera.
No, or off camera.
Well,
Don't say
1995 was a weird time. Stanz.
I was 3.
I know.
Definitely didn't.
We know. We were there. Okay?
You might not have been there. Were you even
a
born?
racially charged 3-year-old, I will say. They thought it was taught, not born with, but you proved
Turns out, yeah, it ran in my blood.
It is nature, not nurture.
Yeah, racism. Truly, we've solved it right here.
Yeah, all you have to do is, I mean, think of Jarvis, man. What does Jarvis do?
Yeah, Jarvis crushes. Jarvis went from 0 to hero.
He reacts.
Yeah, he reacts to 5-minute crafts and stuff.
Charlie reacts. Cody reacts. PewDiePie reacts. Everybody reacts. All of XQC's YouTube channel.
The only react from PewDiePie I know is on that bridge in Pachinki. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do know what you're saying. I didn't know the last word there, but I got it.
It's a place in PUBG. I don't know if the bridge was in Pachinki.
I've never played PUBG.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, that's it. Just react, man.
Okay. Usually I am asking for like unsolicited advice. I'm asking you for get rich quick schemes. This time I was actually just asking about Cody Ko in context. It's
he
interesting.
reacts.
He's just a react man. He's a reactor.
But he's funny. And he has a
Do you think I'm
friend.
funny? No, I'm not. Get Cody Ko out of your head. Do you think I'm funny?
Of course I do, sweetie.
Okay, well, adding sweetie makes me feel like now you're just pacifying me.
You are funny. You are important. Say
sure?
something right now.
I'm too flushed. I can't. That was funny. Jay, you want to see a funny clip? I want you to get your reaction to this because I think it's the funniest shit that's ever been said on my stream.
Okay.
1 second. Is it in the Discord chat? No, not the vaccines. Is it this? Does anyone? You guys know the clip? You got? Yeah, right here. Hey, are you watching?
Yeah.
Okay, pull it up. I'm explaining to Rochelle what a girl boss is. You know what a girl boss is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I am the definition of a
She's
sword
got
boy.
fracking girl power. I feel you. She's got Hillary Clinton girl power.
What is fracking girl power? What does that mean?
The joke is that like women should be able to frack too, where it's like, yes, women should be equal to men, but instead of women being able to like abuse environments and other decisions, we should actually just stop men from doing it.
Thank you,
know what I mean?
Ballas Wizard 101.
Yeah, oil girl boss. You know what I mean?
I don't get it. I'm not smart enough. I don't think.
Yeah.
Women should be able to commit war crimes.
Yeah,
also.
it's the same joke,
well,
right?
I don't get it though.
The joke is that like right now, like men are out there committing war crimes, and to get equality, a certain group of people, they don't actually think this, but the hyperbole is that women should be able to commit war crimes too. Like Hillary Clinton should be president, so she can also invade Iraq like the men do, and then men and women will be equal.
Well, duh.
I'm gonna laugh at that to my fucking grave, dude. That's so funny. I don't know if it's just the context of knowing Rochelle for my whole life and being married to her, but hearing that Hillary Clinton should be able to invade Iraq for the oil and then getting a well, duh, is so fucking funny.
Rochelle would commit war crimes.
She
if
would.
given the opportunity.
I told her that she had Margaret Thatcher energy, and she didn't like it, but I kind of think
That's
she
insulting.
does have it. No.
People
She would be one
say
of the first
Margaret
women in power.
Thatcher, and I quote, "Ding dong, the bitch is dead."
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that I think Rochelle could have seized
never
power.
say that of Rochelle. I would never go, "Ding dong, the bitch is dead."
Do you think that Rochelle could have been a despot at any point in history?
What?
A despot, a dictator, a cruel ruler.
She could never get to that point. But if
That's
she
where
was
you're
at that
wrong.
point-
She is conniving.
I'm not saying she's not conniving. I just think that you have to do some bad things to get to that point.
She just said that she would commit wars in the Middle East.
Yeah, like given the like ability, it's different.
With absolute power comes absolute corruption, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, if she has the power to do it, sure, but she's not gonna fly to the Middle East and commit solo war crimes.
No. But if she had the power, she would
If you
use
get
it for
to
good.
point the finger.
Have you watched Watchmen or read the graphic novel?
Of course, I have never done that.
Okay, well then never mind. This is not going to go. But there's the bad guy is Ozymandias, and they're all trying to stop him. And it turns out he was a super genius. And even though the ends justified the means, he dropped a big alien, killed a bunch of people in New York, but it was for the greater good. The world banded together. You know what I mean?
Right. So he's a hero.
Well, was he though? Because he killed so many innocent people.
I would argue he's a hero.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. I think Rochelle's a hero as well. I think Rochelle would drop the alien.
Yeah, I would drop the alien too.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
I would drop 2 aliens.
I'm soft. Oh, you just want him to know that, hey, they better come correct next time.
All right.
What are you up to today, gamer, before Pros versus Bros?
I'm going live in a little bit after working out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do some shit today.
Sick.
Yeah!
Hey, have you are you first vaxxed yet?
I have got my first shot, yeah.
Yeah, I got my first. How did you feel? I feel like dog shit.
I felt amazing.
Did you? Rochelle feels amazing. She walked in the room. She was singing like Seven Dwarves. The birds were chirping. I'm in here wanting to jump off a cliff.
What shot did you get?
Moderna. Is that why? Did I get fucking fleeced? Moderna is the Cody Co of vaccines, where Ludwig is the Pfizer.
Where do they suck the fluid out of a dumpster before stabbing it in your arm?
Are you a Pfizer man?
Wow.
Don't tell me you're Johnson & Johnson. If you tell me you're Johnson & Johnson.
So they gave the rest of the vaccines to you, common folk. Pfizer gang.
Okay, good. As long as you're not Johnson & Johnson.
Pfizer gang, rise up.
That is actually how the world ends. We all have gang affiliations based on our vaccine. Pfizer are the cat boys. Moderna are the testosterone-filled men. And Johnson & Johnson, they just die of COVID because it's only 75% effective.
Moderna Mafia? You guys are out of your mind. There's no realm where you're the Mafia. You're just keeled over in a little ball.
Okay, well, I'm not keeled over in a ball. I'm streaming. I was actually... were you a Portal player? Did you play Portal at all?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun. There's a mod that came out called Portal Reloaded. It adds a third portal type that is time travel. And I was playing it yesterday on stream. It's amazing. You should try it. But I had just gotten the vaccine, and the microchips were hitting my brain, and I was trying to solve these puzzles, and I short-circuited. I had to turn off the stream.
Because you were the dumbest human alive?
Well, no. I'm the smartest, and, it was just like utilizing all of my brain, kind of like that movie Limitless.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
All right, gamer.
All right, enjoy your workout. I'll say, hey, what time is it? 6?
Joe.
6 o'clock?
Yes, sir. A small man has not answered, but we'll see.
Well, he stayed up all night. I don't know if you saw his editing competition with Point Crow.
No, I did. That's why I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, so he might be a little too tired. That's our best opportunity to win is with him tired.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good one, brother.
Peace.
See ya. Hell yeah. Always good to talk to Ludwig. Toph, thank you for the raid. Big T. I turned off alerts because I was going to go live with the show, and then all of a sudden I just had to talk to my dog. And so the alerts didn't come through, but thank you so much for the raid. Nougat, thank you for the prime as well. I also saw like some gifted that came through. Fumetsu Hito, they were the 5 gifted while my alerts were off. Sheesh. Sheesh. I know you love the show. Tove, I didn't leak your name, but I said a content creator that I really like messaged me and said, yo, this show's really good. Oh, he also negged me a little bit. He said, it's going to pass your main channel, you baby bag bitch. And I said, well, that's kind of rude because my main channel also goated. But I think it's good. When people are watching the show and think it's good, like Big T, I'm not saying it's him, but maybe someone like Big T did that. I think we got a good time. I know you didn't mean it as neg. I'm actually totally kidding. Because I think the same thing is going to happen. I think the Stanz show is really, it's not only good, and I don't usually say that about my own content. Usually I say don't put in enough work. I think the Stanz show is pretty good. I think it solves a need, which is humorous esports news from someone who is technically an expert. And like, what is the alternative? There's none. There's literally none. And my head became the Esports Certification Institute. This is the only certification you need, baby. For $399, I'll jump in a Discord call with you and tell you if you can get a job in esports. And then you won't need to know what a normally distributed data set with a mean and standard deviation of 11.5 and 2.0 respectively meant. Duh. All right, let's get into the Stanz show. Let's do it. Let me close this clip before I watch it again. Pay $400 to be told nah, dog. The crazy thing is, and let me talk about it on the show. Stop trying to take all my takes, chat. You're trying to bait me. You're trying to get me to talk about it. The tip of the tongue, teeth, the lips. The tip of the tongue, teeth, the lips. The tip of the tongue, teeth, the lips. Sally sold seashells by the seashore. Definitely a niche in the market. Yeah. Yeah. I think I need to turn on my air conditioner. There might be a little background noise, chat, but I don't give a fuck because I get too sweaty. What up, gamers? Welcome to... That's to Cody Co. I've been watching Cody Co now. I'm talking to Ludwig about Cody Co. What up, invaders? My name's Nathan Stanz, and I'm here to give you the news on the Stanz Show, episode 13. I turned into Randy Savage for a second there. This is episode 13. We'll keep that intro. You guys like that? Let me know. Do you guys want YouTube voice, or do you want, like... This is episode 13. Do you guys want to get negged? Hey, you sons of bitches. I hope you're getting your esports news here, because this is the only esports podcast hosted by one Young Money esports big shot, former esports big shot, Nathan One Night Stand Stands, although I cut out the one night. My name is Nathan Stanz. I used to be a general manager in esports. I am now a streamer. I'm friends with Ludwig and H-Rock. I've learned all I know from them, and I am here to give you the esports and gaming news that you need, along with the right interpretation. Is that fair to say? I think a lot of people see esports news and they tweet shit. A lot of people see esports news and they create like a mixtape. They go in on YouTube. But my job is here to be real, to be honest, and to, of course, always be handsome and funny. Let's get into our top story of the week, the Esports Certification Institute. This is hot news. This came out this morning. I woke up, I checked my Twitter, and I saw that almost everyone I know and respect in esports is now an advisor to the Esports Certification Institute. What the fuck is the Esports Certification Institute? The Esports Certification Institute is a public benefit corporation that was created to better transition entry-level workers into a job in esports, right? So right now, and I've talked about this many times on the Stanz Show, it is very difficult to get a job in esports because of a couple factors. One being nepotism. A lot of people are hiring their friends and family to work in esports. Hell, a lot of esports teams were created out of nepotism because a rich person had a son or daughter who played a video game. I don't know if you know this, but NRG's owner, Andy Miller, his son played Hearthstone at a professional level. And so he created an esports org. NRG is one of my favorite North American esports organizations. It all happened because of nepotism. So to combat this nepotism, a couple of esport industry veterans, Ryan Friedman and Sebastian Park. I'm sorry if I'm Seb. If you're watching this, I apologize. The crazy thing, and I mentioned this when I brought it up, is that everyone who is a part of this, I either respect or I have only heard good things about. It's crazy that Seb is doing this when everyone tells me good things about him. You guys know how I feel about Megumi X Bear or Trisha Sugita. We won't do gamer tags anymore for people who are professionals. I love Day 9. I love Don Boyce from Cloud9. I've told you guys many times before that Don Boyce gave me my start in esports. Absolutely no nepotism. Never met the guy. So I respect all of these people. I believe they're doing the right thing. This Esports Certification Institute must be good, right? Well, let's just read what they said first, and then we'll talk about it. We are excited to announce the launch of Esports Certification Institute, a public benefit corporation created to foster professionalism, promote meritocracy, and increase diversity and inclusion in esports. ECI was created to give another path into esports for industry hopefuls. Traditionally, getting hired in esports has sometimes been more about who you know than what you know. Not as a function of corporate maliciousness / hiring manager nepotism, but as an unfortunate result of two smaller problems colliding with each other. A new esports job listing often gets hundreds or thousands of applicants within days. It's infeasible for many companies to go through all the applications, let alone interview everyone. I'm going to stop right there and say that is so true. When I put a job out for... Gen G is not the most popular org in the world. I put out a job for performance coach, and I had like 230 applications. Dominic777 might still be in the chat, who still works at Gen G. He can tell you, we get thousands of applications for each job, and it is impossible for me to vet them to a level of scrutiny that would be acceptable in a job where you were actually trying to find the best person, a meritocracy. So I completely understand this. As a result, some people get ignored, and having previous experience is heavily prioritized. Plus, it's extremely hard to test for deep knowledge of esports in the hiring process. Holistic knowledge of esports is important because the industry changes frequently. Surface level knowledge doesn't prepare you to adapt when things change. Those who know history, who don't know history, it repeats itself, fail to adapt. These people are too much smarter than me, and they're definitely too much smarter than people who want an entry-level job in esports. Just give me the baby, spoon feed me, baby bird me here. We're trying to solve this problem. Our goal is to ensure that the exam is reflective of what people at the top esports organizations want in junior employees. We built the launch version of the exam to reflect this goal. We also want to make sure we're constantly improving. We brought together industry leaders to comprise a company advisory board. We asked our advisors to submit the esports questions and topics that appear on the exam. To see what's included and to study for the exam, check out our Pay What You Can Afford study guide. I have the study guide open here. We can check it out in a little bit. The exam costs, and remember this, $400. We have priced the test at the bottom of industry-level certification exams like the CFA exams, around $3,300 per level, or the CPA exams, $4,000. Instead, we're in line with skill-specific sub-industry exams, despite being an industry-wide certification. Furthermore, we have no additional fees associated with certification. The study guide is pay what you can afford. That said, we recognize that investing into the exam can be difficult. We have no intention of letting price be a permanent barrier to people taking our exam. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. The problem is, it is hard to get an entry-level job in esports, and it is not the fault of maliciousness. It is the fault of impossibility. It is the fault of physics. It is the fault of the industry being in a nascent stage, right? There is no way that a general manager like myself could have interviewed 240 coaches for a position. But what I could do is look through all these posts and check prior experience. Has this person been a coach before? Has this person been a has this person been a professional player before? Has this person worked at an esports team before? Has this person done anything in college that would benefit them in this position, that would give me the rationale to hire them? And most of the people that I hired have done the things before. For example, Blank, who is now the general manager of Gen G North America, who was the head Valorant coach, was a professional player in the H1Z1 Pro League. Not only was he a professional player, but he was also older than his teammates. He was playing in the league at 28 and had teammates that were around 18, 19. He had to not only be a pro player, but a manager and a mentor at the same time. That gave me at least the information I needed to interview him, and I learned that he would do a great job at this. There's other people who maybe would have done a better job, or at least the same job, and I would never have known if they didn't have any prior experience. So this thing, maybe there's a chance that this will help identify those people. The same thing happened for our NBA 2K team. I had a player who qualified for the draft pool. For those of you who don't know, in the NBA 2K League, players can qualify for the draft by playing in a mode in the game. So basically, you play in the combine, you show your stuff, and if you were selected to the draft, you can, it is eligible for teams to draft you. They'll call you, they'll interview you, they'll do that. This player had gone through that entire process and had realized, much like myself, and maybe I just saw too much of myself in this person, not too much, but enough of myself. He was a essentially failed esports pro who was a little older than his peers and tried to understand the business and operational aspects of the game he was in. And when we had conversations, he showed a proficiency in what was unique. He gave me ideas for ways that we could run an NBA 2K team that other teams weren't seeing because he had played in it. A lot of interesting things there. If he didn't have those on his resume, there's no way I would have interviewed him or even picked him. Out of those 240, I picked about 30 to look deeper into, to have initial calls with. Of those 30, I had in-person interviews with 4 for some of these positions. 5, we flew them out, somewhere like that. So I think that there is a world where this could exist. But I do have some reservations. Now, I tweeted this morning when I saw it. This is my first thought getting out of bed. What kind of questions could you put on an esports exam that would make me comfortable with you as an entry-level employee. Because not only are most teams that are succeeding, and most people in operational positions at these teams are bad, myself included. I am not perfect in any way. I am not writing the book on how to do things good in esports. If I created questions for esports, I don't think I would be able to delineate the bad from the good. I don't think I would be able to come up with a standardized exam that would tell me if a person knew a thing. I couldn't even comprehend what the questions would look like. I've since looked at the test and I kind of get it now. With the questions, like if I was hiring for a social media manager position, should I show some kind of proficiency in what other teams are doing? Should I have to write essays on my opinions for a social media strategy? Should I say who won the last international if my organization has a Dota team? You know, I actually don't really understand it. In looking at the questions, and I'll pull them up now briefly on screen, there's some basic math questions. They talk about trend lines. They talk about investments. They talk about null hypotheses. They talk a lot of statistics in this, and a lot of stuff about investment banking and making returns on your money. I think that this is a good primer for understanding esports, but I don't necessarily believe that these questions will make someone better. In fact, I am almost sure that this test will not do a better job than someone who works in the industry or who came up in the industry actively interviewing these people. Now, the issue is they've already told me that you cannot actively interview these people. The problem is, if this job doesn't do a better version, how can I believe that this test is a better top of the funnel than something like looking at a resume and checking past experience? It is very frustrating that you cannot get into esports without past experience, and you can't get past experience without getting an esports job. But I see no better way to hire for my positions than someone who has succeeded in the past, and then asking them what they believe the strategy should be for Gen G, and then talking to them, having an informational interview, discussing the nuances of the industry. Because the truth is, and this is kind of like a joke in esports because everyone wants to stroke their own dick, but in esports, you do have to wear a lot of hats. You have to know a tiny, tiny amount about everything. You don't need to be a master in one thing. I have found in esports since I have been in esports, but you need to understand what these teams look like, how teams work, what a coach does, what a manager does, how esports teams make money, some of the things that we've talked about, why esports teams have streamers. A lot of the bonus content I've done on this show, on this channel, youtube.com/thestanzshow, will better prepare you, in my opinion, for an esports job than this test. I truly believe if you watch anything about the esports pyramid, if you watch why esports teams sign streamers, if you watch the revenue breakdown of esports teams, which is in one of those videos, I believe you will know enough that if you are a professional that has a degree, let's say you graduated in communications and you want to be a social media manager, or you graduated in marketing and you want to be an account manager or an account coordinator, I believe that that is the information that you need to know, and not basic math skills that prove that it really feels like a test that doesn't measure what is important to me when I was hiring in an esports org. But let's play devil's advocate here. They have partnered with people in the industry that I said I respect. I believe that Carlos and Trisha know what they want in a person. And so when they are creating these questions, they are trying to better delineate. So right now I'm saying that I am a master of the bottom of the funnel. Give me 20 people and I am confident that I can pick the best person for my role. But no one can be an expert at the top of the funnel, especially if you're at TSM, Cloud9, G2, Team Liquid, these people who get thousands and thousands and thousands of applications, because it's impossible. So if they can just somehow use these questions to take the top of the funnel to even the middle of the funnel, they provide some value. But herein lies my biggest concern with this certification. The certification costs $400. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot. And I know they have compared it to other certifications in other industries that will allow you to get a job. But if I already feel like this job doesn't identify someone who is a specialist but only lowers the top of the funnel, I believe this creates a pay to play. Like, literally, it's basically pay $400 to move deeper in the funnel. That's what it seems like to me. And I don't think that is good. Not only are college kids less wealthy, like the kids, they talked about diversity a lot. And the kind of diversity you need means diversity of economic background. I don't think that we want the kind of person, here's the fucking tea. The kind of person who could pay $400 to get an esports job is me. The kind of person who can pay $400 to get an esports job looks just like me. It is a white male who's played games his whole life, who went to college and doesn't have any debt coming out of it, whose family was able to support him. It's just I don't believe that having a cash barrier for something like the top of the funnel here makes sense at all. That doesn't mean that I don't think that this is an honorable endeavor, that they are not trying to do something good, that they can't create scholarships or give out this testing guide for free. And I will say this testing guide they've created, separate from the questions, is very good. A lot of this is actually just an index of certain terms that a lot of you might not know. For example, average minute audience is the way that a lot of sponsors are measuring value for their sponsorships and things like the LCS. They talk about CPM, or cost per milli, which is the price you get paid for 1,000 views on like a digital advertisement. I think you can learn a ton from the first 90 pages of this. In fact, it's very similar to the bonus content that I'm talking about, but I don't think that the certification itself is valuable. And I think it goes down a slippery slope of paying for a certification that doesn't actually separate the cream of the crop. It just takes away the pretenders, which are the people that are not going to get hired anyway because they already don't have any experience. And it takes them away. It also takes away, in those pretenders who are not going to get this because they're not smart enough to pass the test, it's also taking away people who cannot afford it, right? Taking away people who cannot afford to pay this $400. And that's very frustrating. Now, the good news for people out there is that I have seen a ton of organizations, and I specifically want to shout out Ali at TSM, who is running the TSM University program. Things like free Discords where they're doing mentorship, where they are doing free classes on the weekend. Organizations like Gen G who are creating partnerships with schools where the school is paying, but the students are getting these kind of benefits for free, where they get to learn from people. Unfortunately, like me, I've gone and I've done these talks at schools like Yale. I've gone on these other shows, and I've tried to provide value to these students for free. That, in my mind, is a lot more beneficial to these students than a certification. And I am extremely worried about a $400 certification for these people. I would advocate for not getting the certification, but definitely checking out their collateral. What's crazy is I wanted to come in and scorched earth and say that this is a cash grab, this is dog shit, but I love this. I think this is one of the best made practical esports knowledge guides that I've ever read. A lot of people ask me, what books should you read for esports? I think if you read the first 90 pages of this, you will be so much more educated than people who work at esports.org. It's astounding. There are things on this that I don't know, and I've worked in esports for my entire life. Chris Park is on the board. The CEO of Gen G is on the board. Hopefully Chris creates some questions. I do not like the way that they are using $400 to delineate the top of the funnel from the middle. But if they can actually create questions that aren't just fucking math questions, there is a world where we can do it. Of the following 4 esports, see, these kind of questions are interesting to me. Which esport has the largest audience reach? Ooh, which esport? I mean, there's a lot of trick questions here, right? Because if you look at this, viewership is highest for CSGO. It's also one of the most played games on Steam. But if you look at Call of Duty Black Ops and their console player base, do you separate esports from casual gaming? There's a lot of questions that I think could be interesting here. I'm very worried about the math. I'm very worried about the boring stuff, the college stuff. Because like I said, esports, you need to have a little bit of knowledge in everything, and not a very deep knowledge in one thing, specifically math, statistics, and those kinds of things, especially in a manager, coordinator, associate role, the kind of roles these people are applying for. Maybe it'll be good. I would love to. Maybe I'll take this test on stream. There are a couple questions on here. You guys can get to see it. You can see how someone who has worked in esports for the majority of his adult life does on this kind of test. I think that I will probably do very poorly on the math and statistics. I think I will do okay on the general esports knowledge questions, or at least I hope so. And it'll be fun. We'll at least get to farm a YouTube video out of it. Content life, baby. Phase up. Speaking of phase up, I think that's my next story. Did I just segue? Is the kid learning? Is he getting better at doing this content thing? Welcome to our second story of the day, the 2 worlds of FaZe. Now, you might think that this is just an opportunity for me to say that Kyler Murray is now on FaZe, that, hey, another athlete has joined an esports team. Wow, whoop-de-doo, man, the Cardinals, they're very cool, very cool. But when I saw this headline, it actually wasn't the fact that he is on FaZe that is interesting to me. It was some conversations that I had with other streamers and esports players over the past few weeks about FaZe. It feels like FaZe as a brand is so ubiquitous that if you get a group of gamers or streamers in a room, you will always talk about them. You'll talk about experiences you had with FaZe or people on FaZe. You'll talk about opportunities to join FaZe, or when FaZe said, hey, come join our org, we'll send you some G Fuel. And it really made me think that there are 2 worlds to the FaZe brand. There is the inside baseball world of streamers, esports players and pros, people like me, people like players, people like Devin Nash, people like Ludwig, Cutie, Atriak, who kind of think FaZe is cringe, who think FaZe are like these sophomoric party boys, these people who have been in trouble with the law for things like contracts, these people who are drinking with underage kids and doing drugs, these people who are doing hot tub streams. And we think that, like, if I was offered to join FaZe, I wouldn't do it. Like Ludwig, if he's offered to join FaZe, I'm speaking for him. I assume Ludwig wouldn't join FaZe. I assume Cutie wouldn't. Atriak definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't. And then you look at this world outside of inside baseball, and professional athletes are joining FaZe. And not only are they joining FaZe, some professional athletes are repping FaZe without joining FaZe. FaZe as a brand is so strong in the casual competitive community that no one cares what people like me and Atriak and Ludwig and Cutie think. No one cares that Devin Nash said that FaZe as a business would be out of business, like a year and a half ago after the Tfue drama? Like, it seemed so obvious to Devin that FaZe had malicious contracts, that they were going to be punished for being a bad organization. But they weren't. The FaZe brand is extremely strong. And not only, I would say that almost everyone is wrong about the FaZe brand, people like me included. And I'm now, the wool's being removed from my eyes. People are so brainwashed about FaZe outside of the industry that executives from FaZe left the organization to start Xset because they thought FaZe was too cringe. People have literally left this cash cow and started another one because they think FaZe is bad. And then Kyler Murray, a top draft pick, a stud of a player, is joining FaZe. You have NBA players joining FaZe. You have players who are phasing up at tournaments. When I went to PAX, Morgassi won the event as a Fortnite player unsigned, and he threw FaZe up. It is so crazy what a different world FaZe is for these people. Yeah, rappers too. Rappers have FaZe chains and stuff. It's so interesting. And it really, the thing that is interesting to me is that over the last few weeks, I have brought up a topic that people were hammering in my head when I was still applying for jobs like at Twitch before my Gen G stint. And that was that casual competitive is the future. And I talked about how casual competitive, like Twitch rivals, casual competitive, things like Among Us lobbies with certain groups, is the future of gaming content, and it will seep into esports. And I think FaZe has been the ultimate face of casual competitive even before we knew what it was called. FaZe were trickshot montaging before we understood that this was actually casual competitive. This is not the 4v4 Call of Duty that we know from MLGs. This is something different. But when people on YouTube ask who is the best player in the world, they were talking about these FaZe trickshotters. They weren't talking about some of the early guys, you know, until like obviously some other guys came up and you had the Scumps of the world, the S&D stars. But people are talking about FaZe. And I think that if we can somehow latch onto this casual competitive idea, not we, because I'm not doing this. I am at this point just a historian. I am just a thinker, a philosopher of gaming and esports. But if esports orgs, if esports teams, if leagues, if publishers can somehow harness the lightning of casual competitive in a way that a Fall Guys did on release, in a way that an Among Us did, and keep it going for years and years, I think you have a FaZe. You have something that no matter how poorly you do, no matter how many times you fail, everyone will love and support. No matter how many accusations of sexual harassment and predatory contracts and underage drinking and abuse you have, you're still going to have NFL players lining up to join FaZe. You're still going to have rappers lining up to join FaZe. And that is what we need. I keep saying we, the royal we. I no longer work in esports. And what they need to do is leverage casual competitive. And so when you guys ask me these questions, what can Rocket League do? What can Melee do? And I say we need more things for the casual community. And for Melee, I will speak to those Red Bull arcade cases at Genesis a couple years ago and having like losers brackets or consolation brackets. We need more things to do for this casual community. Teams, not even teams, coin mode, just something that's silly. Rishi's Jungle Jam. The more of that we have, the better our games, our leagues, and our teams will do. And I hope that everyone takes note because it is so important for teams that will succeed monetarily. I actually think that is the only thing that is important. And when I look at OTK and I look at offline TV and I look at Twitch rivals, I just see a path to success for a Mogul Moves esports or gaming or these other organizations that are passing up. I think that you have the formula. You see the science. You see the physics of it. All you have to do is be better than FaZe. And FaZe fucking suck, man. They're fucking terrible. All you have to do is be better than a terrible team. of terrible people. How hard? How hard? Golden Guardians, casual competitive. We are going to fund Grassroots Melee. We are going to do awesome content with a podcast with Toph. It's so simple. It's in the computer. I am actually so hyped on Golden Guardians. I treat Golden Guardians like a rival because they are GG and black and gold, and I am GG and black and gold. But damn, I'm so hyped for what they're doing. I think they are making the right moves. I think it is an educated position to take, and I am very excited about their future. If they do it, I'm going to say that I was correct in this casual competitive phase style model, but better than phase was all my idea, and that I should get a share in Golden Guardians. Thank you. On to story number 3 of the week. Nobody likes referees. This is, hey, pandering to the common man. Am I right? Your dad will understand this segment. Those, hey, Zebra, you're trash, man. Hey, that's roughing the passer. They love those things. They love saying those things. These refs are killing us out there. But these refs were actually killing us out there. I'm talking about some players like Sipical and Reddles on Space Station Gaming that got absolutely fucked by the Rocket League referees this past week in their semifinal match versus Envy. So if you haven't heard, what happened was a player on Space Station Gaming disconnected on the kickoff of overtime for Game 3. It was 1-1 in the series. Here, I'll pull it up for you. It's 1-1 in the series. Picture this. Space Station Gaming versus Envy. Loser goes to grand finals, I believe. Winner goes to grand finals, loser goes home. It is a close game, and at the start, right on the kickoff, watch Sipical's car. Watch it. It just drives straight by. Screek! Oh, see, did you see that? Did you see that? Let me roll back the fucking Zapruder film on the grassy knoll. This is him. You see him right here? He's gonna drive right by that ball. And then the players are going to score because their player disconnected. He absolutely just disconnected from the game. He had no control over his car. He's screaming. One of my favorite parts is you can see his face light up and go dark as he is frantically alt-tabbing, trying to message one of the admins. Yo, something is happening. My ping spiked. I disconnected. I cannot play the game. His team is saying like, what the fuck, man? Like, hey, we're going to rerun this, right? No. They did not rerun it. The admin, the referees said that even though... they say two things. One, we couldn't verify the spike, the ping, the disconnect in the moment because they were trying to admin a whole series, which I kind of understand. And two, he was not in a position... Oh, you didn't see his face because my camera's blocking it? Assume it was... Here, it was like this. 1 second. Oh, my arm. Oh, my Moderna shot. Oh, no. Oh my god, this is bad content. Assume it was like this. Yeah. He's frantically typing. Ref! Do the thing. Saying that he wasn't in a position to make a play on the ball. And that the ruling would stand, that Envy would win in overtime against them. Now, after this, Space Station Gaming was absolutely tilted off the face of the earth. You can see it in their faces as they're trying to play. They end up losing to Envy, who maybe was the better team here. But you can't say that this overtime loss with a disconnect wasn't a part of the problem. And Reddles went to bat for his teammate. He went on stream, said the admin were fucking stupid, dumb, idiot poo-poo heads. He said it was so very obvious, the evidence they had. He said, here is a picture from this player's perspective, him driving by the car. Obviously, he could play the ball. I'm not blaming the rest for tilted off. He said that here is a... we have the video recording that shows the ping spike. We have this, we have that, we have all of this evidence. And that these refs are so goddamn stupid, they don't deserve to be in this league, yada, yada, yada. He said all these things. And Epic waited. And the Rocket League community waited. And eventually, RLCS came out with a statement that said, hey, we are not going to overturn anything because you couldn't play the ball. But we are going to award Space Station Gaming 70 more points in this championship race for the championship for finals thing. I don't know. I don't know. I watched Lawler's video. Shout out to Lawler. You guys check out Lawler if you like Rocket League on YouTube. He makes much better content. If you want the real context, you got to check out Lawler. This is just me getting an opportunity to whine about something that happened to me in the past. So let's just get through this Rocket League segment really quick. They said, we're going to give you 70 points. We get it. There was a mistake happening here. But... you cannot treat our refs like this. You cannot treat our admin like this. You will be banned from the first match of the championship, from your first match of this player on the team, because you talked like that. And I wanted to hate the refs. I wanted to hate RLCS. But after looking through it, I think that's totally fair. I think a player shouldn't be able to go on broadcast and absolutely eviscerate the referees and the admins. Here's the deal. They didn't pass the esports certification. They are entry-level employees. They are doing their best. They are listening to 30 to 50 18-year-old kids all screaming about every little rule going on here. They are trying to figure out what happened, and they're trying to do it while the broadcast goes on, right? This guy disconnects in overtime. You don't know what happens. Maybe he unplugged his controller. Maybe he was just trying to skamaz something. Obviously he didn't. But what I'm saying is that it is very difficult for a referee in this position to make the choice. And I think that they did all they could do to make it right. Give them some points, understand that yes, the player disconnected, and then ban the player for a match in the next series because he took it to social media. You know, solve this outside of the game, things like that. Now, in not every case does the organization do things correctly. In not every case do the refs come through and make a decision that I can trust, that I can honor, and that I can stand behind. And I'm talking about the biggest scandal in Call of Duty history. I am talking about Generation Gaming getting absolutely fucking skroinked in grand finals of CWL Miami against E United. Our tournament to win. We were coming off of a grand finals appearance in Anaheim. We are coming off of a close loss to eventual champions in London. Gen.G is peaking, and we win game one. We shit on him game one. We load into game two, and what happens? Chance Mox's controller dies, disconnects. This is 5 seconds into the game. It is 0-0. He goes to the ref. He taps him. He says, yo, my controller died. Like, we got to restart. And let me give you a little bit more context. The game before this had to be replayed. Because E United, Gen.G, picture this. Gen.G is up 248 to 200, and you win at 250. And Gen.G is running to the hill, and they're about to win the game. And Clayster's PlayStation blue screens. 2 points left. Maybe 7 points left. Less than 10 points left. Gen.G have full control of the hill. They make Gen.G replay the entire game. There is no world that anyone from E United gets to that hill. There is no way that, not only can they not get there to stop the points, even if they could, there is no way that that one person would kill all 4 players on Gen.G. Gen.G is forced to replay the entire game. So when I say that Gen.G is up 1-0, Gen.G is essentially up 2-0 because they just slapped E United back-to-back on the same map after getting skroinked by the refs. And so when game 2 starts, and Chance Mox's controller dies, and he says, yo, we need to restart here, the ref looks at him and goes, controllers are your job. And Chance says, yo, like, we're 5 seconds in. Like, come on, just do something here. And the ref takes a paper clip, which is what you use to reset a controller, and flips it at him like, keep the change, kid. Like he's a mobster in a shitty mob movie. And Chance is sitting there. We're on main stage in grand finals of Anaheim, and he's trying to fucking reset his PlayStation controller. And the rest of the team is looking down the line like, do we play this? Do we not? Mike is just sitting, Major Maniac is sitting there like, do I play this game? Nagavin is sitting there. Dylan Envoy, like, do we play? And he's trying to reset his controller. Eventually he gets it reset. Gen.G is down hundreds of points in this. Gen.G is down bad. And I will say Chance Mox is tilted. He's screaming at the ref. After this game, there is a 25-minute pause where Gen.G is screaming like, what are you fucking doing? This is absolutely absurd that you handled it this way. And the refs gave it to E United. They said, we're not replaying the game. We're not doing anything. I don't care if you reset in the first 5. If you had a problem in the first 5 seconds, your controller, your problem. And since that day, I have never trusted an esports referee in my life. Which is why I'm Team Free Reddles. I don't give a shit what he said. Down with the refs. Zebras get out. We need certifications for referees in esports. It's bullshit that they took away my grand finals. We were up big. We were flying. We were on the moon. The players were hype. And they shut us down in the first 5 seconds? Oh. After Miami. So I told you, Gen.G lost to the eventual tournament champions 100 Thieves in London, playing very well in semifinals. Lost in grand finals to 100 Thieves, the best team of the year, I would say, in grand finals of MLG Anaheim. Made it to grand finals in Miami. So Gen.G is a grand finals team. Gen.G's average placement over the course of the year was 3.5, which is amazing. A team of rejects, has-beens, washed-ups. A team that a Young Money GM saw something in and brought together. It was our opportunity to shine. And it's Black Ops 4. And we got absolutely skroinked, yoinked, cucked, and fucked. And I will say that maybe Gen G isn't in Call of Duty because of it, refs. My passion for Call of Duty was broken. This Gen G team that had gone to back-to-back grand finals went to Call of Duty champs and got last place, 32nd, losing to amateur teams. From grand finals to last place, all because of a paperclip, of a bad call by a referee. And that's why I'm a streamer now. No referee's going to block me here. Can't ban this, Twitch. Susan, actually, maybe we should censor this, Quick Dome. Maybe we shouldn't do this to Susan. Susan, please don't demonetize me again. Please don't demonetize me again, Susan. I really need this. I need this badly. Let's move on to our Q&A because I'm heated. I can't do this anymore. I can't talk about what was. I miss Call of Duty. I miss my players, and I'm very happy for Dylan Envoy, who is fragging out in the Call of Duty League. On to question number 1. I am very interested in the new wave of 6-man rosters in CSGO, like Na'Vi and Astralis. Do you think this will become a norm and maybe even move into Valorant? Also, do you think the dynamic of a 6-man roster is good for the game and the teams? So let me spit some truth here. Let me talk about what 6-man rosters actually are in current esports. And that is a scam. I cannot think of a 6-man roster that is being utilized appropriately as a 6-man roster that actually benefits a team. Now, that isn't to say that I don't think a 6-man roster could be good and that some of the marketing put out about 6-man rosters, for example, Astral is saying we are going to have a 6-man roster so that our players can take a break. I think that is beautiful. That is good. The problem is it is impossible to get good practice with your 6th man, and you will never be competing at the highest level with them. It is also hard when players are competing for a spot for them to get past the emotional understanding of being on that team. When you add a 6th man to a team, the players who are on that team, the player who is going to get replaced, and every team knows who is getting replaced for the 6th man, that player is looking for a new team. He's trying to figure out a place where he is valued, a place where he can practice every day, and a place where he can succeed. Faker and EasyHoon was an example of a 6th man that I think went terribly. Faker was extremely unhappy with EasyHoon being the 6th man. EasyHoon was unbelievably good at Azir at the time, and EasyHoon left to China for the paycheck. I think that 6th man can be good, but it was not good emotionally for those players. I mean, it's something that didn't last, right? SKT-T1 has like a 10-man roster now, and they got bodied by Gen G in the playoffs. I think that in most esports, you need a roster that doesn't change. You need to practice with your teammates. You need to understand, especially in something as complicated as tactical shooters, I think that having another player doesn't make sense. Now, that doesn't mean I don't think you can't have a 6-man in a game like Overwatch where there are unique characters. Someone can be a specialist on this character on this map that is very unique. I think that maybe in Valorant you can see it for something like Astra, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to see it. I think the lack of practice time and the emotional drain on the players means that we are years and years away from it. That, again, that's not to say I don't think it is good. I think that giving players breaks and minimizing burnout is one of the most important issues for players in current year. And I think that 6th man can be a solution, but every team I have seen that adds a 6th man is just waiting to replace the weakest link on their roster. Vitality were the number 1 in the world with a 6th man. You mean when they had Nivea? They're not even doing that anymore, are they? Everyone likes to say that this team was good when they had a 6th man, but it never lasts. It never lasts because it's just not. Players don't want to do it. They don't practice as effectively. Coaches don't want to do it. Bubsky was a 6th man for 8 months and he didn't play a single map? I don't think that 6th men are real in esports. This is coming from someone who maybe tried to sign 6th men at certain points in his life for Gen G, for someone who wanted to have a 6th man, but it was always to replace a player on the team that was underperforming, because almost every team that has won a championship hasn't been a team that makes spur of the moment decisions on player roster based on things that they are communicating to the fans, like a certain player's map speciality or character proficiency. It's a good question. I think that in the future you will have it, right? You see, in traditional sports, you will have 6th men. You don't have traditional, like in basketball or soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, players get tired. There is a cardio aspect of it, and bringing in fresh legs can be very important. But I don't think in esports you have those same issues because you're not going to bring in fresh eyes for a series. The difference between a player who is in a game 7, right, who's like been playing mid lane, and a player who comes in, like his eyes aren't going to make a difference in the game. And in fact, the player that's been playing the whole game is going to understand things about the way that their opponent is playing that they can then use. You are at a disadvantage if you bring your player in. You also have, people are mentioning it in the chat right now, a lot of organizations are stopping what I thought was more effective, which was a full academy team. It's very nice when you can bring in 5 more players, you can scrim in-house, you can not reveal any strategies, and you can start to see when one player on that academy team is doing well, maybe you swap him with the main team. Those games aren't on stage, they're not being broadcast, they're not being talked about, but all of a sudden at Curse, we had 16-year-old pole belter who was fighting with Void Boy for the mid lane position. Shout out to Curse. We're still wearing the shirt, baby. Steve Aronset, thank you for the job, baby. Don Boyce, thank you for the job. I think that those are really exciting, but some leagues are saying you can't have an academy team. In CSGO, it's impossible to have an academy team because they can't compete in major championships. And any player who is good enough to fight for a spot on a tier 1 roster is absolutely good enough to be a starter on a tier 2 roster. And a tier 2 roster can still play in major tournaments, qualifiers, and things like that, which is very interesting. I hope we have them soon. I really do love players and I want to restrict burnout. I want to make sure that they are happy, healthy, and competing at the highest level for a long time. But I think that the 6th men we are seeing now are a bit of frauds. And maybe they have their best interests at heart. Maybe this is a lot like the certification that they are trying to do the right thing. But I think that they haven't quite figured out the formula for doing it. And our final question of the show. What do you make of the rise of T-Sports partnered with esports teams such as Golden Guardians and Misfits? Is it a good thing? Do you think these worlds are business relationships only, or do you believe that esports as an industry is going to take cues from T-Sports? So I think that T-Sports partnered esports teams or esports partnered with traditional sports teams are good if those traditional sports teams provide them resources or reach to improve the value of the brand or the performance of the players. In the same way that an organization like Gen G would reach out to venture capital. Venture capital groups are giving us money and access to networks of portfolio companies to try and improve the company, right? To improve the team, I should say. Let's kind of delineate companies from teams here. I believe that Golden Guardians can use things like Oracle Arena to benefit their players and streamers. For example, I saw a picture of Big T, old Toph, on Oracle Arena, and I thought that was amazing. I think that Golden Guardians, I saw them bring their LCS team to a Warriors game and introduce them at halftime. All of a sudden, you are improving the reach of Golden Guardians. I think that traditional sports organizations are large, have a lot of money, and have a huge footprint in terms of training facilities, coaching, learnings for marketing, things like that. And I think that they can be beneficial. I think that traditional sports teams a lot of times try and make it one-to-one. This is how we run our sports team, so this is how we are going to run our esports team, and that doesn't always work. And I think a lot of the times they aren't converting traditional sports fans of the team. Oh, it's not called Oracle anymore. Oh my God, it's called Chase Arena. I'm so sorry, Golden Guardians. They don't even play in Oracle anymore. You can tell when I moved away from San Francisco. They play in Chase Arena in San Francisco, not back where I lived in Oakland because I was cool. I was counterculture. I didn't live in San Francisco with you yuppie fucks. I think that traditional sports organizations haven't done a great job of creating the right content that can introduce or at least start to build a funnel of traditional sports to esports, or bridge the gap between parent and child using traditional sports venues to esports. I think things like the League of Legends North American Championship at Oracle was amazing. How can we get Golden Guardians, at the time I think they were in esports, involved? How can we create an opportunity for a father and son, a mother and daughter, a mother and son, anything to bond over esports that is being introduced to them while they are bonding over T-sports? I think that can be done through good content, that can be done through tournaments, activities, that can be done through local outreach and providing more value to the community. All things that traditional sports organizations, I think, do really well, which may be an advantage of a traditional sports organization, investor, or buyer over VC, where VCs are usually just providing money. So I'm really excited about traditional sports organizations. I do think that you have some, I don't want to say poorly run. I think it's easy to pile on the Knicks and CLG right now, and I love CLG. Before I worked in esports, before I got my job at Team Curse, Team Liquid, I was maybe the biggest CLG League of Legends fan in the world. Second to Sayocean, second to Kelby, who got a job with CLG because he was just a shitposter on their forums. I love CLG. And an organization like the Knicks bought CLG and hasn't, unfortunately, been able to turn them into a championship franchise that is winning North American LCS and selling tons of sponsorships. I think they have started to create some compelling content with things like the podcast, getting all their players cross sports. And so I think that maybe if it's not the Knicks, can they do better? The Knicks historically have been known as a franchise that is bad. Do I think that the Warriors will run a better franchise than the Knicks? Yes, they've already have. They've proven they can do it in traditional sports. Do I think that the Lakers will run a better franchise than the Timberwolves? Well, probably. Maybe not the Lakers because Genie Bus and Lakers are a bad example. I think that there are good sports organizations and there are bad ones. There are good esports organizations and there are bad ones. And if you take a good sports organization and pair it with a good esports organization and you create that casual competitive cheat code in the middle, all of a sudden you have something that VC-backed companies cannot contend with. And that's what I am excited to watch in the traditional sports world. The Knicks were on a 9-game winning streak until they lost to the greatest team in the league, the Phoenix Suns. Let's fucking go! Chris Paul, the point guard. I'm sorry I had to talk about traditional sports a little bit. Thank you for watching the Stanz Show episode 13. If you're watching this right now, if you saw these questions and you thought, I have a question for Stanz, please put it in the comments. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. The content is good. The vibes are flowing. I'm the Cody Ko of esports business podcasts. Maybe not. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Twitch. I live stream these every Tuesday and Friday at about 12:30 in the afternoon PST. Sometimes I stall a little longer, who knows. You can be a part of the live chat. You can ask questions. You can vibe with me in the pre-show, and you can vibe with me after the show. It is going to be awesome. I love you guys, and I'll see you on Saturday's episode, YouTube Frogs. Friday's episode for the Twitch. Yay, good episode. Moderna can't keep me down. Motherfuckers. Oh. Damn, I'm tired. Thank you for all the follows during the show. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm scrolling. There's a million of them. Thank you for the subs as well. Nougat, thank you for the sub. I have alerts back on. We're there. Turn off all this Rocket League stuff. Did I fuck up anything in Rocket League? I did. I forgot to mention that Reddles left the game early and got fined for it. Which was kind of an important piece of context for why he talked shit. He left the game because he was tilted. That was my B. Oh. No, the Knicks are good now, but I think historically they've been bad. Yo, Stanz, while you were recording, Point Crow, Cosmic, and a few other speedrunners got signed to NRG. Oh, that's so sick. Point Crow, Cosmic, and a few others. Shout out to the boys, dude. Let's go. Point Crow, you want to talk about getting signed to NRG in the Stanz Show bonus episode? Point Crow, you out there? Killer Diller, thank you for the Raw Dog tier 1. Clip's been on LSF for 30 minutes, 10 upvotes, and an award easy. 10 upvotes. That's not good. It's got to be 100 upvotes. We'll get there. Yo, Stanz, do you know that there is a bill being passed in Wisconsin where harassing a ref would be a crime? You shouldn't harass people, refs or not. I was being facetious and kind of joking when I said murder the refs or whatever I said. I promise. Stanz, do you consider the European F1 simulator esports teams to be technically T-Sport-backed esports orgs? I don't know. I don't know enough about them. I haven't done my research. But I assume that if Renault's not even in it. If Alpine or McLaren or Mercedes are running an esports simulator team, then yes, that would be T1-backed esports players. I would. Yeah, if Mercedes runs a simulator team, then absolutely. I would say that. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just getting into F1 now, and I know nothing about sim racing. Stanz, how do you think speedrunning fits into esports? Oskern, a couple episodes ago, I got the question, and if anyone remembers the episode, let me know so I can tell him. What do you see as the evolution of speedrunning, and can it be like esports? And I think I answer it well, so I don't want to step on my own toes and answer it here. But if you find that episode, you will get a good answer. Soccer teams back esports teams? Yeah, you have PSG, right? Who else does? Y'all should do a Bros versus Pros with sim racing. I want to race against Lando Norris in Bros versus Pros. That's my dream. I like McLaren. That's my F1 team. Stanz, do you think cold emails would still be a good way to network, or would LinkedIn messages work better? As long as you provide value. I think emails would probably be better than LinkedIn messages, but both are good. Just provide value to the person you're messaging. Isn't Schalke selling their team, though? Kind of tough. Bros vs. Pros sim racing with Jarno Opmir. He's the 2020 F1 esports champ. That would be cool. I just want to race with Lando because I like F1. Lando would win in a Civic versus you guys in F1 cars. Well, I think F1 cars are hard to drive. I think the question would be, could he win in a Civic with us in like a sports car that is still like casually driven, like a street legal car, you know? Like if I was driving a Ferrari automatic transmission and he had a Honda Civic with no, like off the lot, could I win? Like a Lambo. Do you think? He could win in a go-kart? That's one question. What is the worst car he could beat us in? Yeah, I couldn't drive an F1 car at all. I can't do anything. I don't even know how the fucking steering wheel works. Yeah, I would hit a wall. I would spin immediately. How do you feel about sprint qualifying? I don't know enough about it, but I'm excited to see it in the 3 races so I can form an opinion. I know Shaq plus Disney own NRG and that investment cannot be paying off. Why don't you think their investment is paying off? I think NRG's been a relatively successful esports organization. I actually think that of all esports organizations in North America, NRG has had the most success growing their YouTube, which is important to me. Because if you can grow your YouTube separately than your players, all of a sudden you have an arm that you can build sponsorships and digital advertising off of. I think that NRG has done it, and we are seeing Luminosity try and do it now, which is why I invested in EGLX. Damn, AMD just had a fat spike. What did AMD announce? Oh, AMD has my total return in AMD, Atriox competitor, 660% gains. That is fucking psychopathic. Oh, man. That's crazy. I wish I invested more. They hired Atriox. What about NVIDIA? Let's see what my NVIDIA's up. My NVIDIA's up, but it's not up as much as AMD, because AMD I got in so good. Where the fuck is Robinhood? Right there. I moved my apps around, and now I'm fucked. Let's see. NVIDIA. I am deep in NVIDIA. Wait, did I sell my NVIDIA? No, there it is. NVIDIA's at 615? Fuck. That's crazy. And I'm getting dividends? Wait, where's my gains? I'm up 260% on NVIDIA. When you go to a baseball game, it's normal to get a hot dog. What would be the mainstay food to get in an esports championship stadium? Riot does nachos. People like their hot Cheeto nachos a lot. I think hot dogs are good. When I went to, before COVID, me and Atriox used to go to esports events. We went to like the LCS finals. We ate some hot dogs. Basically, it's the same food you get at a stadium. What are some key elements of getting a casual competitive vibe with an esports team? It's something you brought up in the show, and I'm trying to shift my college esports team to that vibe. I think, especially with college, you should be doing a lot of activities, and it's tough during COVID, that get casual fans into your meetings or your events. So if you can run things that are like Smash Bros. Items on and you record it, or like, hey, if a casual fan can beat one of your like good Melee players, like that's fun. It's fun. It's good content. People will talk about it. Yo, I went to the esports club meeting and we played Smash Bros with this dude. And he beat us all at the same time. Like that's cool and fun and interesting. And you can tweet about it and you can make a video, stuff like that. Yeah, join events with other clubs. We had like the Duel in the Desert, which was ASU versus U of A in League of Legends, CSGO, and StarCraft. It wasn't even, was it CSGO at the time? Yeah, it must have been. It's so hard to get people to come out for college events during COVID. Best success we've had so far is Among Us game nights. Yeah, Among Us is casual competitive. I think you add pizza. You promote it in the right places on your school's org sync or Discord or Facebook groups. Put up posters around campus. You get people to come with free pizza, and then you get more people in the club. Do you think esports will ever have the father-son dynamic that T-Sports does? For example, I don't think I'd follow baseball if not for my dad. I do. I love esports, and I'll probably talk about it with my kids. Right? Pros versus Bros Odyssey should be happening today, but Smallland is dead, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. From the developer side, what can be done to help with exploring casual competitive? Is there room for new games to explore that space? Yeah. Think about how can I get more players. I think you want to be looking at free-for-all, or you don't want 2 teams, like head-to-head, because that's very competitive. What can you do with 3 teams or free-for-all? I think Among Us and Fall Guys are the 2 games that have done a really good job at taking an easy concept, free-for-all, hidden information game, or free-for-all mini games, and made something casual competitive. How can you add that to your games? Can you add any little bits of randomness? Can I make a Hearthstone game that's like, what is Commander, what they play in Magic the Gathering, where it's like multiplayers, where you have like a hero unit? There's like silly stuff that you can play that is not Magic the Gathering, the main competitive mode, that is fun for people. Yeah, you can play like Commander. Yeah, Commander is Pog. Commander is casual competitive, isn't it? There's like a little bit, or like 2v2s in Magic. It's kind of casual competitive. Small Ant retweeted. Either he's going to sleep now or he just woke up. Perfect. Commander's bigger than standard Magic now? Yeah, because casual competitive is going to be bigger than competitive right now. That's why. That's why. Oh. For the esports certification, do you know why the emphasis is for people just starting a career in esports? I feel like most professional certifications are for people already in an industry looking to get some credentials for advancement. I agree, which is a problem. And again, it comes down to my take, which is the top of the funnel to the middle of the funnel. It should be the easiest part, and I don't know of any. I guess a college degree is a certification that gets you into the top of the funnel. It is the first thing you put on a resume. God, that's tough. That's so tough. Do T-Sports have casual competitive all-star games, NBA Skills Challenge? I know that the NBA wants to add a mid-season tournament that isn't for the championship, but it's for a bunch of money. That would be like, I guess that's pure competitive, but it doesn't lead into the championship, so it's interesting. Stanz, you touched on it, but this already exists in the professional racing realm. We as young pro drivers are losing our seats to dentists, doctors, etc. that can fund an entire team. Yeah, it happens all the way up in F1, where you have a rich person buying a seat for their child. It is pure nepotism, and it happens in esports. I talked about it. NRG was created so that a father and son could bond. I don't think that's bad at all. I think that he started an esports. It's a project he worked on with his son and is now an actual business, a major business. Yeah, the dunk contest is casual competitive. You mean Mercedes. Mercedes always wins, dude. Lately. Before that, Red Bull. Do you think there's a better way to find NA talent in the league scene? Do I think there's a better way? Probably. I am not dialed into the North American league scene. I mostly pay attention to Korea. Solo queue's bad. Everyone says it. We need to fix solo queue. We need to fix solo queue. We need to fix solo queue. But it's hard to do. Yeah, pro racing is a rich person sport, for sure. It's like lacrosse or skiing, right? There's just a huge barrier to entry. The show was amazing. The show did so well. I have read Stormlight Archive. I like those books a lot. Brandon Sanderson's great. I have 3 out. Best show yet, bar none. I think this one actually was very good. I think that I was well educated. I gave good takes, and I think it was long. I think that I stayed on topics for a very long time. I think the phase stuff, I kind of stumbled into something that makes so much sense to me. Because when I made the phase logo, I was like, hey, it's kind of interesting that internal people hate phase, external people love them. And then I kind of figured out what that meant on the show. And I love it. It all leads back to casual competitive. Oh. You missed the Rocket League thing? Yeah, you can watch the VOD, or you can wait till tomorrow when the YouTube video will be out. You mentioned you narrowed 240 applicants to 4 in-person interviews. What were the qualifications that people didn't have that got them cut? A lot of people, so like 240, you can eliminate a ton of people who have just terrible resumes. Misspellings, no relevant experience at all. There are people that applied for a coaching job that didn't even write about like traditional sports coaching. They were like, hey, I work at Nathan's Hot Dogs. They didn't even say that they play video games. If you say, I work at Nathan's Hot Dogs, but every night I go home and I reach number 17 on the NA solo queue ladder, I would say, oh, that's interesting. There's something interesting. There were people who had nothing relevant about the position at all in their resume. That was the first way you cut people. Misspellings. People in the industry that have bad reputations, you can immediately cut them out. Once I got down to about 20 or 25 people that had relevant experience, I would call them and I would shoot the shit. And you can very easily, like, I liked people that were passionate and had ideas. People who gave me an idea, or who said, people who got in the interview and used their time to tell me something that other teams were doing wrong that they saw. That was the easiest way to get a job in esports. Hey, all these other teams are doing X thing. I think X thing is bad because of Y. I think that if you do Z, we will be a better team than all the teams that do X because Z2. When I hear that, it's like, okay, even if they are bad, they are passionate and they are willing to think. That's all I want. Because like I said, you don't need deep knowledge in anything. You just need passion and wide knowledge in everything. What if Z is dumb? If Z is dumb, like if Z is absurdly dumb, then yeah, they're out. But usually it just means they're thinking. They're thinking. I need thinkers. I need thinkers bad. Oh. What if Z is my dad? Yeah, get your dad on the team, dude. Yeah, I think making something. So Atrioc made a fizz guide. Atrioc fizz guide. Like, this is something you can make and put in a resume. Is it still formatted well? I thought it looked amazing. Like, if my job was content for an esports org, look at this. Imagine someone made this. And not only is it amazing looking, but it's from a player who reached near the top of NA solo queue and created value. And it also, he created YouTube videos, he created runes, he created this. If I saw this, I would think this person knows how to create valuable content for an esports organization. I would hire them. I would hire Atrioc off of this fizz guide almost alone. Look how much work went into it. And it's good. It's actually good. Me being in esports, I recognize it. Would I ever start an esports team? If I had the money, if I was filthy rich, if I was a billionaire, I would start an esports team tomorrow. But I am not. Stanz, you should buy a sim racing wheel and do a learning how to drive an F1 car stream. I want to. I looked him up. Sim racing setup. I want the real thing, though, and it was like $600 without monitors. I want the one where you actually get it. I want like, oh, maybe like this, where you put triple monitors and shit. That's what I want. No, it's not in here. Sim racing setup. I want like this. See, and I don't I don't think I can get this. Or this. This would be fucking sick. I don't want this. That's my problem, my biggest issue. Damn, some of these are so cool. Is that Max Verstappen? That is. Yeah, I want the Max Verstappen setup. Rooster Teeth is for sale. You should buy it, then turn them into an esports team. I thought Rooster Teeth, don't they all keep getting outed as sexual abusers? I don't know if that's true, so don't quote me on that. I feel like whenever I hear about Rooster Teeth, it's like one of their members was sexting a child. Is that someone else? Oh, just one did? Yeah, a few of them. Well, more than one is pretty bad. I don't know if you want that brand. Oh, is that Game Grumps? Yeah. Yeah, so these setups are cool. That one's a little too much, maybe. 2010, 2020. Maybe if my content, if I get to be a big streamer, I would create a good Formula 1 racing rig. But right now, I'm still trying to make some moolah. So what you guys can do is follow the stream and watch me a little more often. A lot of you guys have watched the Stanz show now. A lot of you came in from the big T raid, and you've seen my takes on esports, gaming, business, things like that. If you like that, come back on Tuesdays and Fridays. If you like that a little bit, but also are just interested in me as a person, as like a comedy figure, I have some zany goofs and gaffs. I play games with Ludwig. I play games with Atrioc. I used to be a very good League of Legends player. I used to be the general manager for a top 5 North American Valorant team. So it's just a fun time had by all. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're memeing, but someone asked why you and Rochelle look related. Well, same mother and father, of course. Genetics. Stanz, you said a billionaire, but based on your experience, what is the expected source fund to require to form an esports org, small, medium, and large size? That's a great question. It depends on what games you want to compete in. I think that you could create like a Smash Melee crew with just sweat equity, right? Hey, we're a crew from tri-state area. We scrim against each other and we go to tournaments. We made our own jerseys. It costs $250 to make our own jerseys. You know what I mean? That's free. And then all the way up to, I want to buy a franchise in Call of Duty League. Las Vegas is going for $35 million or something. That's the most expensive thing you could probably do. Or maybe buying LCS. LCS might be, LCS could be a little cheaper than that. I don't know. COD started at 25 million buy-in for year one. And who knows what's going on now. Do you think Valorant will become the popular shooter over CSGO, like League over Dota? In North America, I absolutely think that. Overall, I think so, and I hope so, but I'm less sure. I am certain that Valorant will be the shooter du jour in North America. Positive. Positive. Could not sway me. I have a Fanatec wheel, pedal, and entire cockpit setup. I'd happily give you the wheel and pedals. They're extras from the Fanatec event I did. Oh, you don't have to do that. I don't mind buying it. I just want to not buy things that I only use once, which is, it happens a lot. I'm happy buying it. I'm just going to wait a little bit. Do you consider OTK or OTV an esports org, and do you think they will add pro teams? OTK technically is because they have a WoW team. OTV is not. They could add pro teams. I just learned that Riot created the term MOBA. Did they? Multiplayer Online Battle Arena? I feel like it was going around before that, but I could be crazy. Stanz, do you think you'll do chat's esports resume reviews at some point, or more tailored chat interactions to apply some advice you're given? That's a good idea, Crazy Call and Streams. Maybe I'll do esports resume review next week as a way to give back to these people that can't afford the $400. That's actually a really good idea. Let me make a tweet right now. Can't afford 400 for the esports certification. I'll be reviewing. How do you spell reviewing? Resumes for people that want to work in esports live on stream next. What am I doing Monday? Do I have any plans for Monday? I don't do a stand show on Monday. Next Monday. Fuck it. Send them to... Where do I get them? No apostrophe. Resumes. I'm gonna review like 3, dude. So just don't... If yours doesn't get read, don't feel bad. Send them to... Where can they send them to that's not going to spam me and it's not going to ruin my email or my business email? Yeah. Remove personal identifying info. Send them to... Burner email? Oh, Google Form. Google Form is a great idea. Let me make a Google Form. Google Form. Because then they just submit them. Forms. Go to Google Forms. What do I want? Start with blank. Yeah, let's start with blank. Esports resume. Please remove name, address, etc. Untitled question 1. This is an upload section. Add question. That's not what I wanted to do. It's not what I wanted to do at all. File upload. That's it. File upload. So I don't know if this is going to leak my email, so I didn't want to show it. Sorry, boys. 1 second. Esports resume. Continue. Untitled question. Send resume here. File upload. Sure, I'm only going to allow PDFs. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Required. Yeah. Yeah. Send. Get a link. Copy the link. Should I make a bit.ly or something? This is an ugly ass link. Damn, that's ugly. What do you think? This is a good tweet? I should put a picture of myself smiling. Do I have any pictures of myself smiling? I must. I must have a picture of me smiling somewhere, right? Yeah, that's a good one. What time on Monday? I don't know. I'll probably do it around 2 o'clock or something. Can't afford $400 for the esports certification. I'll be reviewing resumes for people who want to work in esports live on stream next Monday. Remove personal identifying info. Send them to here. This is good. What's the Ludwig email format? Why no bit.ly? Oh, I can use bit.ly. I don't give a shit. Let me use bit.ly. Shorten. I guess you can see that it's Google Docs, so that's like comforting. Oh, Twitter shortens the links. Oh, then we're good. I'll let Twitter auto shorten this. I think it's nice that they can see it's Google Docs so they know I'm not schmozzing, you know? All right, now I actually have to do this next Monday. I've committed to content. Thank you guys for the subs. We're only 13 away from the goal for the day. My girlfriend calling me to bed for the 3rd time tonight. Not tonight, babe. I'm studying for my certification. I say queuing up for my 6th loss rally. That's how I feel. I gotta know the metagame, babe. I gotta watch all these pro matches. Okay. I think we grip and rip. Perfect. Here you go if you guys want to apply. They suggested something and I committed. That's because it was a great idea. It was actually an amazing idea. I love amazing ideas. I will take all amazing ideas and I will turn them into content. Ba da 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 da. Sounds good. Oh. So my editor chat, we don't have a video for today. I'm thinking about trying to edit one. I have 4 hours. You think I could do it? What, have we done anything easy? How hard could it be? Very hard. Also, I'm Modernaed out of my mind. I'm going to turn off stream and fall asleep. The Rochelle bit? Oh, I think QuickDome wants to do that. I think that's going on the Stanz show. I'm going to need to start editing the Stanz show because I think QuickDome's leaving. I think he's retiring to run off the dome as it goes to the moon. Credit the man who had the idea. Who was it? Was it Ursa Grande? Ursa Grande. You're a real one. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. How hard is it to edit Stanz show? I used to edit eSportsmanlike Conduct, but that was audio only. I assume it's harder for video. But I think it's easier than my regular videos, but still there's work. You got to listen to it again. You got to make sure that you're cutting out any part where I say like fuck too many times in a row. Things like that. Chat, I know I have a lot of viewers, and I know you guys are having a good time. I'm not ignoring every message pertaining to mine. So I'm not going to ignore a video. I'm too stupid to do it. I might make some TikToks or something. I think I'm going to end. I know it's only been 2.5 hours, but I'm just so Modernaed, and I want to... I know, being a 1K Andy is my dream. I got hosted by Toph, which is so sick. I want to be a raw 1K Andy. That's actually my dream. So if you're here, come back later today at 7 for Pros versus Bros versus Small Ant, Super Mario Odyssey. And if not, come back tomorrow for... What did I say I was doing tomorrow? Someone go to my thing. I already forgot what I said I was doing tomorrow. That's today. A Reddit rehash, and then Wheel of Fortune. And then Wife Wednesday.
Damn, it feels good.
Grim Stevie, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. First dose. It was first dose that's fucking me up. So I'm going to take a little nap, and then I'm going to come back for Bros versus Pros, and then I will be back on tomorrow. I'm just so tired. I'm so fucking tired. I really like this content schedule. I think it's badass. Thank you. I'm going to make another one next Monday. I think I'm going to try and do a different format every week. Like this one is Symptoms of Good Content. I might do like a jungle or monkey themed next Monday. I'm just going to go to Canva and grip and rip a poster. It'll be good.
Are you playing Wheel of Fortune because of me?
Vanna White, I am not. I'm playing Wheel of Fortune because it seems like everyone's doing game shows. I was watching Mizzy and Ludwig do Family Feud, and I thought, like, damn, are there any other game shows that are video games? And Wheel of Fortune was like, oh, Wheel of Fortune could be fun. You know? Could be good. I would like it. Stan, just thought of an idea that might make a good video. Compiling the climactic/best one-liner statement of each podcast into one. Oh, interesting. Like a best of the Stan show for the month or something? Hottest takes of the month. That could be good for bonus content, QuickDome. Is QuickDome still here? I should DM him that just so I don't forget it. If we ever need easy fucking bonus content. Hottest takes of the month. Or takes that were right. If we ever do bonus content, we can do hottest takes of the month. Basically a Stanz show highlights. That's a good idea. You just played a Morg game and went 3, 4, and 16. I don't want to one-up you, but my last Morg game, I think I went like 15, 3, and 20. Morg Jungle is so good. Last night I started playing... Can you see your match history without logging into League? I'll just log into League. I wanted to play League yesterday, and I was tired, and I was sad. And so I played support because it's easy. Bard is so good. I didn't know if you guys know this. Bard is broken. Bard support and Jungle Morgana are free low. Of the freest low. Check this out. 18, 3, and 16. I literally didn't do anything. It was nothing. I just killed them. Lost on Brand. They asked me to play Brand. I never played Brand in my life. I did the most damage on my team, I think. Bard lost. 3 Bard victories in a row. Unbelievably easy. 5-2 and 11. 8-2 and 21. 4-6 and 15. You cannot lose on Bard. Yeah, he kind of won the lawsuit, but not really. He didn't win the real lawsuit. There's some context to that, Deblano. Don't worry. And then I won some jungle games, and I lost some jungle games. I'm on a bit of a winning time, I think. And I'm honorable. Oh, what you just DM'd me was hot fire. I'll give you a hint. Chat thought of it. It is a good idea. It's a very good idea. Why is Bard so good? I don't understand. I think Bard is good for a lot of reasons. One, he is overloaded with damage while building almost full tank early on. Right? You can get, I guess this isn't really full tank. He just does 1,000,000 damage. He gets pretty tanky. His escapability is insane. He scales infinitely. And you can bait people so well. Yeah, my Bard is, I think, broken. I actually think, and if you go to op.gg, he is not high played, but he's high win rate. You should get on the Bard train right now, boys. I think that if you play support, this is what I'm thinking. I think Bard and Lulu are the 2 best supports in the game. And you have to kind of bear with me, but it's true. Bard, 51% win rate, only 3% pick rate. No one knows what he does. And then Lulu, it doesn't matter how hard you fucking... Where's Lulu? Right here, 50%, but she's highly picked. I think they're so good. Bard, I don't know what the recommended build is. I did this, which is you build Frostfang thing into the ward item that gives your teammates damage if you slow someone, and then into run fast armor item, and then into rapid fire cannon. Mobies as early as you can. I go Mobies before any other item. I think it's so good. I think Senna's good, but I think people are good at killing Senna, and games don't go long enough for it to matter. I think that, I don't know. I've seen a lot of Senna's int, and it might be because really bad players are playing it, but I have not seen a lot of Bard players int. And I don't think I've ever seen a Lulu player int because she does everything. My rank right now is gold 4. I think. Just chilling in gold 4. 65 points. I think if I go back to support, I would rocket up the ranking. I think support is so easy. I was playing it last night, and I was just fragging. Although, my jungle games have been pretty good. A couple of really good Morgana games. 12-2 and 17. 18-3 and 16. Any plans to play with Coney? I would love to play with Coney. Brain requires roaming and game sense? No. Lulu's actually broken and brain dead at the same time. Yeah, Lulu's probably better and easier than Bard. Bard, you have to learn his kit, but I think you get it. It's just run away through walls and then stun them if they follow you. That's it. That's literally it. Okay, I got to get out of here because I do have to take a nap before Pros versus Bros because I'm dying. I appreciate all of you watching. Big T, thank you so much for the raid. Who should I raid to pay it back? I want to raid someone. Someone who maybe is under 1,000 viewers, but like around my size. You know what I mean? Is there anyone doing a podcast? I'm in podcasts. M2K? Not M2K. Tova's back? What if I just give him the viewers back? That would actually be kind of like a cool hot potato. I'm actually down to raid Big T again. Take him back, you son of a bitch. Say that. Tell Toph, take him back, you son of a bitch. It is a reverse raid. Toph is doing Radio Melee? Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, is like casual content that could be good to branch the viewership of different games and different generations. I'm excited. Please enjoy Toph. He's good. He's good. He did the Scar and Toph show before this. Check it out. I did the Stanz show. Check it out on YouTube. YouTube.com/The Stanz Show. If you want to ask a question, ask it on YouTube. Also, check out my main channel, YouTube.com/Stanz. You're going to love it. And you can find all of these things on Discord. Let's fucking go. I love you, chat. See you tonight. Pros versus Bros, 7 p.m.